Good afternoon, Endgamers. Welcome back. We are live with you as we are every Saturday of the football season to get you ready for every Sunday. We're going to go through the injury report, tell you who is in, who is out, and who we still don't know about. And of course, we're going to answer your questions as we always do, help you set your lineups because it's playoff time. At least for fantasy, it is. You probably are either in round 1 or 2 of your playoffs. You got to get it right because there is no next week if you don't win this week. So let's make sure we get it right. And unfortunately, week 15, but we have a long list of injuries, don't we? This seems like another big week. Last week we had some major ones. So let's get to it. All right. Where do we start? So many choices. Let's start with Jaden Daniels, a quarterback. Not coming back. We've known this since earlier in the week, but just so you know, not going to have JD. We still haven't heard anything about rest of season, like him being shut down. Like they haven't announced that, but they haven't said, yeah, it'll be good next week either. What's your gut feel on that? Because some people will ask, like, do I even hold on to him anymore?
Yeah, my gut feel is we're not going to see Jaden Daniels rest of the season. Like, why? What is the point here? What's the point of playing Jaden Daniels rest of the season?
Yeah, I can't think of one. I can't think of a reason for them to start Jaden Daniels. Pretty clearly out of contention, so I don't know. But always depends, right? You don't have to drop a guy. You can drop Trey Benson. He is out for the season officially. If you haven't dropped him already, like even from a IR spot, just drop him. So no Trey Benson. The other big one, we're still not seeing Marvin Harrison. So that heel injury, significant enough. And this is going to lead to the other thing that we're going to have a lot of questions about. You already know Michael Wilson has been demolishing PPR leagues when Harrison is out, except now he happens to face the number 1 defense in the entire NFL that has limited wide receivers to the third fewest points and is the worst matchup possible. So Michael Wilson, I think we've been seeing what's still kind of on the flex radar.
Yeah, I don't think you can outright sit Michael Wilson. We know he's going to get a ton of targets, but look, if Michael Wilson smashes this week and Marvin Harrison's heel injury is serious, maybe it's just Michael Wilson's meant to be, but this is such a tough spot. Such a tough spot.
Yeah, it's just why you have to play it week to week, right? Because you're like, he's just inevitable. But you've got to take matchup into consideration. Again, this is clearly the best defense in the NFL, and they haven't given up big games to wide receivers at all. So it's just not an auto start. But for what it's worth, I think Harrison being out definitely makes him startable, at least, as long as you temper expectations. Maybe he's just more of a floor play this week. Let's see. Also in Arizona, just so we're on the same page here, Mari Demarcado is questionable. Mostly still Bam night in the backfield for what it's worth, but you got to consider that as well. It's the Houston Texans, so don't feel too good about Bam this week. I'm not even sure. He's barely on the flex radar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go back to probably the next biggest one. We weren't sure about T. Higgins. We're sure now. Even though he got a limited practice in early in the week, they ruled him out. Feels like this might be mostly just out of caution because, again, you're like, they would like to have him out there, but what do the Bengals have to play for? Like, why would they risk it with T. Higgins when they're not making the playoffs? So you think that's it?
Well, no, I think the thing about concussions is you have to clear the protocol. It's not a team call. It's not a team doctor call. It's not a player call. Like, you have to clear the protocol. So he obviously did not clear protocol. I don't think. Did he clear the protocol and they still sat him? That would be shocking to me.
Well, I don't know. I guess one thing, a source I'd seen, it was like, they're being cautious or something. That might just be conjecture. Who knows? But
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'd be shocked if he cleared concussion and they're not playing him, because if they're not going to do that, you might as well just shut him down for the season.
True. Well, that's true. By the way, real quick, Joe Burrow sounds like he wants to be shut down for the season. Are you reading anything into that? Remember Joe Burrow? He was just like questioning his future and like, what am I doing here kind of thing. Is that something or nothing?
What? I didn't even hear about this.
No, he
What?
just made some vague comments. He was just like, I really have to think about what's best for me going forward and blah, blah, blah. Either making it sound like he doesn't want to be in Cincinnati anymore, which, I mean, come on, how can you blame him? He's been there how many years now, and he's gone every year, one of the worst offensive lines and one of the worst defenses. He's like, I can't do it all myself. So I got to wonder. I don't think he's planning on pulling an Andrew Luck or anything like that, but maybe he's like, hey, do something or I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is, but maybe he is planning on pulling Andrew Luck. You never know.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I guess we'll see. Anyways, for what it's worth, I mean, he's still in. He's still a strong start, even without T. Higgins. T. Higgins is out. Alvin Kamara is still out. Not sure if we'll see him again the rest of this season, but it probably doesn't matter. For Cleveland, David Njoku and Dylan Sampson are both out. And given last week, maybe this just kind of solidifies how we already feel about Harold Fannin and Quinshon Judkins, right? You're pretty high on both of them this week.
Yeah, gotta feel good about him. Definitely.
And then, don't know if this matters. Geno Smith is out. You're going to see Kenny Pickett. Does this mean anything for the Raiders offense?
Probably not. I mean, it can't be worse, I hope. Probably. So I don't know if it can be. I don't know if it's necessarily better either, though.
You say that, and then we'll see. I don't know.
I don't think Pickett is no Max Brosmer. I know that, or Brosmer, or however you pronounce it. I know that.
No, I don't think he's going to turn the ball over as much. He'll just be a little more conservative. And then Pat Bryant for the Broncos, he is out. And then Mason Taylor, young tight end for the Jets, he's out as well. And let's go to the questionables now. This is the big one here. Josh Jacobs. Here we go again. 2 straight days of no practice. And then I think he got limited work on Friday. Yeah. So now it's like coming down to the wire. Is this going to be another game time decision, or you think we see him?
I mean, I do think we see him, but how good can we feel right now? You got to think. I mean, I don't think you have to think this. It's pretty clear. That knee is far from 100%. He's not fully healthy right now. I mean, I think for the most part, if you have Josh Jacobs, you're probably rolling with Josh Jacobs. He got you this far, but at the same time, you've got to be nervous.
And goes without saying, although we've already said it the last couple of days, that if you got Josh Jacobs, you have to just pick up Emmanuel Wilson for insurance. So hopefully you've got him. If you didn't already have him, keep him. And then let's see some other questionables right now. Nick Chubb, very questionable. It's like 50-50 he'll play. Woody Marks could be in a smash spot already. So we'll see if Chubb is out. Could be even better. Chris Rodriguez is in the best possible against the Giants, which are the worst run defense. But he's questionable. So I guess let's just keep an eye on that. And then Debo also for Washington. He's questionable, but this is an illness, so probably don't worry too much about that if you were worrying about Debo's status in the first place. And then Romo Dunze might come back. That foot stress fracture is what we heard last time, but you're feeling like he might actually play, but do you risk it?
Oh, very risky here. Yeah, sounds like he's going to play. Very, very risky here against the Browns. I gotta feel there are better options. I mean, we'll see what the questions have for us. You never know. But man, I would be very nervous playing Romo Dunze.
Yeah, I'm pretty out on him this week. And Cleveland, again, not just one of the best run defenses in the league, but they have pretty good pass defense too. In that game, you didn't hear, bitter cold. It'd be very hard to do anything. At least it would be for me. Quentin Johnson's questionable, and Parker Washington in Jacksonville's questionable. Now the good news, the ends. CeeDee Lamb, he cleared. He did it. He's good to go. So that's good news. And so Ryan Flournoy, I think you've said this before, just get him off your roster. Don't bother.
Yeah, you can probably drop Ryan Flournoy.
All right. And then let's get to Devon Achane. All right. So no worries there. For what it's worth, also TJ Watt, that lung issue. Was it collapsed lung? Is that what it was? Man, that's rough. Not sure when we'll see him back, but I mean, it sounds like he's okay, thankfully. But he's definitely not playing this week. But they have a bunch of other injuries also on that D line. I was just looking at that. Not that you need any reason to start Devon Achane anyways, but I mean, let's see the practice report here. We have guys like linebacker Malik Harrison is limited. Yaya Black, D lineman, DNP, Keanu Benton, limited. Cameron Hayward, their other best DT, didn't play with a knee injury. Derek Harmon. Maybe Jalen Wright does have a little bit of standalone value in this game. Just it's possible. It's possible. No. All right. Well,
it's possible, but is that the chance you're taking with your season on the line? I don't know.
No, hopefully not. I will say I did take him higher on underdog for anytime touchdown because it was 3-4 times something. I was like, yeah, Jalen Wright, let's go. And then let's see, Breece Hall is in. All right, he had missed some time with a knee injury, but he's playing. Not sure how good you can feel about him, though, because he's still a Jet. And guess who else is in? Brady Cook. You know, Brady Cook, the new quarterback for the Jets, because Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields are out. Are the Jets going to score any points this week?
I'm sure they'll score some points, but yeah, you cannot feel good about this entire offense.
Don't feel good against they're on the road, right? Against the Jags. Yeah. Don't
tough matchup. You just cannot feel good here.
Let's see. Devontae Adams, I think they have him listed as questionable, but they're saying he's expected to play. That hamstring, don't worry. Just kind of like seems more veteran rest than anything. It's not a big issue. Jordan Addison had an Achilles issue pop up this week, but he's clear, so no worries there, at least as far as injury. Jake Ferguson in that game also expected to play, so no concern there. Tyrone Tracy, he had missed some time before the bye. He is in. He is clear. And yes, we saved the best for last. Guess who's in? You've been following it all this week. You already know. It's Phillip Rivers time. Here we go. He is not only active on the roster, he has been named the starter, right? It is official. He is in the lineup. How are you feeling now?
Like I'm not even in, like this isn't even reality. I guess 2025 and Phillip Rivers about to start an NFL game. What is going on?
44-year-old, is that right? Phillip Rivers?
That's correct, yes.
44. It makes me feel young again, even though I'm older than 44. But if he can do it, man, I can do it. I can go out there and run a mile or two or something. Phillip Rivers, we wish you luck, and I mean that sincerely. I just hope you make it through the game in one piece. Really.
Yep.
Not even just for fantasy purposes. Just it's like I don't know how old he was. He was probably not that old. Like you remember in Rocky IV when Apollo Creed fought Drago, Ivan Drago, and they're like, "Hey, you're past your prime." He's like, "I'm fine." And then of course, what your favorite line ever?
If he dies, he dies.
He dies. And he died. So Phillip Rivers just don't die on us.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. That's the injury report. Let's get to your questions. But first, I already mentioned it. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, try it now. Because alongside, if you want to take the higher on a guy like Phillip Rivers and give him a boost of confidence, or maybe tag along with my Jalen Wright touchdown pick, well, start with this. How about the free one? It's Jonathan Taylor just getting a yard. That's right. Higher than 0.0 total yards. You get that freebie if you sign up as a new customer on Underdog and you use code ENDGAME when you check out. When you're new to Underdog and you sign up for the first time, you'll get that special pick and up to $1,000 of bonus cash upon your first deposit. They'll match half, whatever you put in there. So you get some bonus cash, the bonus pick, and more bonus cash because as soon as you spend $5 towards any picks, you get another $100 in bonus funds, free picks, bonus cash, what's not to love. And it's a good way to get, some other skin in the game besides just your fantasy leagues. You have something else to root for and the chance, of course, of winning lots of money. So make sure you use promo code ENDGAME, though, when you first sign up because that's how you can take advantage of all of those promos. And speaking of code ENDGAME, you probably know where I'm going with this if you've been on at any point this season. We have an app. It's called Draft Lane. And so try it out. It's a free download from the App Store and the Play Store. And if you go to the settings wheel, you haven't tried it yet, if you haven't done this, use code ENDGAME and you get 10 free points. Of course, if you have already done that, don't do that again because it won't work more than once. But if you haven't tried it yet, why not? Get free points, free questions, and we answer your questions 24/7 anytime from the convenience of your cell phone. So let's show off a couple of these. Let's see. Starts it. Why not? Should I start Jacoby Myers, George Pickens, HN, Michael Wilson, or Devin Neal? There's a lot of options. Let's just do this. We can see your roster. This is a user who's on a Yahoo League. It syncs with Draft Lane app, so we can see everything that's going on here. So we got Stafford, Pickens, Myers, Bijan, and HN, Kittle. That's set. Flexing Wilson. Any flex options you like better? And I think it's at half PPR, right? I think you're on mute, by the way, because I can't hear what you're saying.
Forgot I'm on mute. Yeah, I was saying like this is like why does Michael Wilson have to be playing the Texans this week?
I know.
I mean, like literally, like even if he's playing like I don't know what's another tough. Like he's playing the Browns. He's playing the Packers. I'd be like, Michael Wilson all day.
But
I mean, like I like Devin Neal, I like Chris Rodriguez, but I mean, really, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is, I want to love Chris Rodriguez this week because of the matchup, but he's not a guy who ever has or ever will get 20 carries, right? Just not going to happen for him. Just not. That's not how they do this offense. But also, he's just not that guy. So the fact he's questionable, I'm like, okay, I'll pass, right? I can pass and take what Wilson gives me. Devin Neal is interesting, right? Corum, not enough. Jalen Wright, no, I'm not going to start him.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to do this, what I might actually do, like I might be okay putting Wilson in over Myers and flexing Neal over Myers.
Oh,
I'm not expecting.
Okay, what am I missing with Jacoby this week? He's been so good. Like, what's?
I don't know. I don't expect them to have to pass very much. And this matchup actually kind of favors BTJ a little bit more than Jacoby. Like I think Jacoby's fine.
I mean, how many times have we said a matchup favors BTJ this year?
Well, okay, fair enough. He's getting better. He's getting better. Like we can keep it as is. I think that's fine too. It's not like Devin Neal has a massive ceiling.
Yeah.
Just keep it as is.
Yeah, I probably keep it as is. I mean, it is close. Again, if Michael Wilson was playing anybody else, pretty much, even if he's playing the Broncos, I'd probably feel better.
Yeah, well, that's the only other defense would be like, no thanks. Okay. All right, so tough call because of Wilson's matchup, but let's leave it as is. Nobody on the bench clearly has more upside. So just to make sure, wide receivers are Pickens, Myers, Lex, Wilson. Well, I don't know why he's even asking about Achane. Like Achane's a
yeah. I mean, look, he already had Bijan play, and he did awesome. Achane should do awesome. Hopefully, it won't even matter.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't matter. All right, and follow up here. This one, Marvin Harrison not playing, so I put Wilson at the flex in place of Hampton. Now we did hear that, by the way. I'm sure you saw that all of a sudden this is going to be a hot hand approach for the Chargers backfield.
Yeah, is this okay? Is this like Mike Evans being on a pitch count?
Yeah, he was not on a pitch count. By the way,
I'm just done listening to this nonsense. I'm done listening to this nonsense. It's
a trap.
Put stuff in your head that you don't need in your head, and then it makes you make decisions that you shouldn't be making.
You're probably right. Okay, so I mean,
that being said, I don't love Hampton this week.
Yeah, it's full PPR, so it's like who has more upside, Wilson or Hampton or Rico? Well, I don't think Rico though.
I think Wilson has more upside, but I also think he has risk of getting shut down, whereas Hampton more like the floor play here.
I'm going to say, I think it's fair to say this might depend on where you, maybe not where you are, or how you feel about your matchup.
Yeah, it's just hard. Like, it's just hard to bench Michael Wilson. I know it's a tough matchup here, but I mean, if this guy gets 15 targets, he can catch at least 5 of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, he will get you a floor. He's going to get targeted because who else are they targeting? So, yeah, like Wilson is not completely unstartable with Harrison now. Yeah. All right. We did a couple of those. Let's get to your questions, though. Again, you can ask anytime on Draft Lane. Just download the app for free. And you'll never guess who's first up. You'll never guess.
Bob.
What's up, Bob? Thank you, by the way. Let's get that out of the way, everyone. You don't have to wait. I mean, you can just hit the thumbs up right now, like the stream. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now, too. We will be answering a ton of questions. Absolutely. So you know how this works. If you guys, anybody who's new here for the playoffs, first of all, thank you. Welcome. We will answer as many questions as we possibly can over the next 3 hours. And Super Chat guarantees you get your question answered. We definitely will do all of those. And if you're a member, then you know we'll do your questions too. And we'll do as many others as we can. So he is just going to assume that we would say start Jacobs if he plays. You're correct.
Well,
how much
more over Dowdle? Yeah, I'm playing him over Dowdle.
Yeah, likely to Strange.
I mean, can we even say Strange has a floor? Like, he didn't have a floor last week.
Not much. No,
just go with likely. He's not one of those guys. He's not a tight end that's going to get like 8, 7, 8, 9 targets where you're like, well, he has a floor. Like, nah, I'm going likely here.
He doesn't have that high floor. Also, again, I've been telling you, I don't love Jacoby's upside. They're not going to have to pass very much to beat the Jets with Brady Cook. And Parker Washington may come back and play. So, nah. And then he's saying the opponent has Lamar. That doesn't matter for likely. All right. We have DS Shepard in half, flex 1, RJ Terry, Michael Wilson. And then Strange likely. I think it's likely.
Yeah, likely over Strange. I can sit Michael Wilson here for RJ Harvey. I feel good enough about RJ Harvey this week. I don't need to risk it with Michael Wilson.
Yeah. I even think we prefer Terry to Michael Wilson this week, but in half PPR, yeah, go RJ. Andy, good morning. In the postseason, all right. Let's keep rolling. Half PPR, 1, 2, 1, and 1 flex. Etienne. Does it say Etienne Jr.?
Yeah, is he a junior? I didn't know that.
Puka, Myers, Fannin. He's a junior. Harvey, Bench, Jones, who is a senior. Munungai, T. Higgins, who is out. Sutton, Loveland, started Bucky. Yeah.
Bucky. Bucky.
Might have to retroactively lower Bucky in my postseason running back rankings.
It's I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020. It's easy to say something after the fact. But when we were doing, I always do when we do our start sits, we have the list of players we're going to talk about, and I go do my research about all of them, put them where I feel, and I'm like, man, I don't love this matchup for Bucky this week. Like, the Falcons have been good against the run the last month. But I'm like, but then I was like, but it's Bucky Irving. Come on, you got to start Bucky Irving. So I put him in as strong. Sure enough, another inefficient Bucky Irving game. And he's been, look, we got plenty wrong. But one thing we said all off season is Bucky Irving is not going to be as efficient as he was last year. And if that efficiency drops, you're going to regret this. And I think we have seen it. He has been highly inefficient this year. I mean, that being said, what can you do? He's already in your lap. I mean, he's Bucky Irving. Like, you weren't gonna play Aaron Jones or Manungai over him. So it's just one of those things, right?
No, I don't feel.
I think your lineup, based on what you got, your lineup's good here. Not change anything.
Yeah, Etienne is fine. Of course, Puka, Myers. I don't see a better receiver. Sutton. Well, I don't know. Sutton over Myers.
I'm not
Not
nearly
really.
as low on Jacoby Myers as you are, apparently.
Yeah,
I do not feel very good about Sutton this week.
yeah, I'm not high on Sutton either, so I think that's fine. Fannin, of course, Harvey. Yeah, I think you're good. And then James Parker. Opponent had Bijan. Here's my starting lineup. Any changes? Allen, Olave, Sutton, Genty, Jacobs, Kincaid, flexing Judkins, Rico. On the bench, Waller, Metcalf, Hubbard, Emmanuel Wilson, Valet.
Yeah, again, there's nobody on your bench where I'm like, I got to start that guy. I mean, Chuba Rico's the tough one because we don't know. Like, what if it's just a 50-50? What if they go back to Rico? What if they go with Chuba? But we don't know. So there's nobody really. I mean, Emmanuel Wilson, unless Jacobs gets ruled out, which it doesn't sound like, there's nobody on your bench I'm starting here.
Yeah, exactly. Wilson will be the only one if Jacobs is out, but then you're just swapping him for Jacobs. So everything else good. Cody? Am I starting Michael Wilson over Jamar? No. Terry?
No.
Jacoby? I don't.
I mean, Wilson,
I don't think so.
Jacoby's the only one I could even consider here.
Not
Jamar, Terry, or RJ Harvey, that's for sure. But I don't know. I have Jacoby ahead of Michael Wilson.
Yeah, you can't say he has more upside with that matchup. So, no, I don't think so. Derek Gonzalez, Dak or Dart?
I think I just go Dak this week. I like Dart. Could be a good Dart game. But Dak, I mean, it's not a great spot for Dak, but he's at home. You know they're going to have to throw the ball a ton. I'm going to go Dak. That one is close, though. That one's close.
It is close. I would take Dak, especially now that we know CeeDee is in and Ferguson is fine. Take Dak. And then Rico, Genty, Kyron Hampton, pick 2.
I'm going to go Kyron and Hampton.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Cannot love Genty this week and don't know about Rico. Jake the Snake. So with Jacobs, yeah, he's saying even if he starts, it's Denver defense. It's not a good matchup. So, but bench him for these guys, Hubbard, Gainwell.
Nah, come on. I'd rather go down with the Jacobs ship than go down with the freaking Kareem Hunt ship.
Yeah, I think if Jacobs on one leg could probably do just as fine as Gainwell or Hunt. So stick with Jake. If he plays, you stick with Jacobs. If he doesn't, hopefully you can go Emmanuel Wilson. Zachary Mudd, who should I flex? Jefferson, T-Mac, Slayton, or Michael Wilson?
I think here I'd probably just go Michael Wilson. I mean, it should be Jefferson, but we can't trust Jefferson even against Cowboys. Ted's fine, but come on, what's the upside here? Slayton, very boom bust, could have a big game, but could absolutely do nothing. Out of this group, I'd probably just go Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I think again, I think it's fair to just say out on Justin Jefferson, as hard as it is. So I don't mind T-Mac this week. I think he's okay, but he's also risky. I think it's fine just taking what Wilson gets you. Jay, please rate RBs. Aaron Jones, Devin Neal, Monungai, Rodriguez. All those kind of flex.
This is like a C- with the potential for an A+. It's like a bunch of running backs that are like, yeah, these guys are okay, but they're all in really good spots. So they all could every week we see, a handful or more of random players pop off. These guys all are in spots where they could be that random player this week, but they're also just like C- fantasy running backs, maybe like C, you know what I mean? Like you could put them in your lineup, you don't feel great about it, but it's not like putting in, I don't know. It's not like putting in like, I can't think of like Ollie Gordon, where you're just praying. So I'm gonna rate him a C with the potential for an A. But you may just end up with C's.
Oh, you very well could. So the order of these right now, again, assuming they all play and are healthy, who do you like the best?
I think Neal's got to be number one.
I want to just say Rodriguez too, but that groin issue, I'm a little leery. And I know he doesn't get you a pass catching floor. Like, I get that. Like, if he doesn't score a touchdown, you're like 6 points.
Yeah, these guys, like, this is, I don't like. I mean, if it's my team, I probably do go Neal, Chris Rodriguez, just because the matchup is so good. Like, because again, these guys are all like
the same guy.
I mean, yeah, like it's probably going to come down to like who scores, if anybody. I like Rodriguez's chances to score against the Giants.
Yeah. All right. I feel I just say Aaron Jones feels like the highest floor of these guys. Neal feels like the highest ceiling. So. All right, let's move on to Spearsy. Just saying what's up. Enjoying the show from Canada. I'm pretty sure it's way colder than I would want it to be, but thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, like and subscribe, everybody. All right, JV3 and got Burrow, JT, Javonte, Jason, AJB, McBride, Judkins on the bench. Tet Waddle switching the flex. Wow, he's been victimized by Kyle Pitts. That does not feel good.
So somehow, I think I have 5 playoff matchups this week. And I somehow did not play against Pitts, thankfully, and I had Pitts in one dynasty league. Feels pretty good. Also feels like a little gross, but also a little good. It's like me. I saw this was like the best tight end game in the last I'm talking about any tight end ever.
Yeah.
In like the last 15 years or something like that.
It was like, I saw the headlines. It was like a historic, performance by tight end. I was like, what? And I was like, wait a minute. He did score 3 touchdowns and yardage, and like it's tight end. He probably was. Sure enough, it's like one of the best tight end games ever.
Like ever. Like in history. Like this is brutal. This is brutal if you played against Pitts. Just brutal. But what can you do? Burrow, JT, Javonte, JSN, AJB, McBride, Judkins at the flex. Yeah, you're good. I mean, just hope the rest of his team lays an egg. That's all you can really hope for if you played against Pitts, is that the rest of your opponent's team underachieves.
Yeah. All right, and then Brad Broom. Friend needs to select 2 RBs. He has Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, Rico Dowdle, and Monty.
I'm just gonna go Aaron Jones and Dowdle here. Take what I get. Take my medicine.
Nothing wrong with that. Ethan Struby. Here's the semis. Needs a QB, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, tight end, and 2 flexes. So either Darnold or Caleb. I do not want any part of Caleb Williams.
No, give me Darnold. Give me Darnold.
Ladd, Watson, Wandale, Michael Wilson.
You need 2 of these? I think I'm just going to go Wandale, Michael Wilson. Can't feel good about Watson against the Broncos. Don't feel good about Ladd. Wandale and Wilson.
And then we need 2 RBs. I think it's probably Gibbs, RJ, but then we need 2 flexes.
Well, I'm going to flex Travion for sure. And I probably will just take a chance on Ladd here.
And then tight end, Strange, Waller, or Andrews.
I think you got to take a chance on Andrews against the Bengals. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Overcame a tough season. All right. Hey, you're almost there. Let's get to the promised land. Mike Altawheel. Crazy to bench Jacobs. Well, let's see. have Marks, Harvey, Dowdle, Judkins, Achane.
Well, I hope you're playing Achane. So I assume, is Achane a choice over Jacobs? Because that's not a choice. You start Achane over Jacobs. But
Correct.
I assume you still need somebody over Jacobs. I think I can go Marks, Harvey, or Judkins over Jacobs this week. Any three of those guys. Look, Judkins, isn't Jerome Ford on IR?
Yeah, actually, and we didn't mention all the non-fantasy relevant players, but Dylan Sampson, like we said, he's ruled out. Jerome Ford is out. Yeah, Judkins is the only guy standing there. I'm sure they brought somebody off of practice squad, but let's face it, Judkins is getting all the touches, right? They're not like the screen passes going to Sampson and Jerome Ford on third downs. It's going to be a lot of Judkins, and the Bears' run defense. I could go Judkins over Jacobs. I think that's fine. We like Harvey a lot. I think you can go Harvey over Jacobs.
Yeah, I could go any three of those guys over Jacobs, to be honest. I know I'm probably higher on Marks than you are this week. Judkins and Harvey's certainly safer than Marks. Judkins gets such a good matchup against the Bears. I might just go Judkins. He's exactly like you said. Like who is even left?
I actually don't know. I'm sure they had to bring somebody up, but it doesn't really matter, does it? No. So, yeah, that's fine. If you don't worry, obviously you're worried about it. If you don't want to risk it, you don't have to risk it. There is risk that he doesn't have a good game, even if he does play, because the Denver Broncos, who are, granted much better pass defense, but they're still a tough run defense. And yeah, maybe he's not 100%, right? If he's down to the wire here, even if he plays, he's still not maybe 100%. Maybe we see more Emmanuel Wilson anyways. So you have good enough options. It's fine. All right, I looked it up. Forgot. It's Travion Williams. You remember Travion Williams?
Yeah, not worried about Travion Williams.
All right. OG Fly Ass Kane. Happy Saturday. It's going in half, one receiver, one flex. Waddle, Metcalf, BTJ, Pierce, Jones, C-Rod.
Waddle. It's Waddle or BTJ at wide receiver. In half PPR, I'm going to flex Chris Rodriguez. I have Waddle higher than BTJ, so I guess I'm going Waddle. Waddle, Chris Rodriguez is my choice.
I think Waddle is still solid here. I think this could be a good BTJ game, but again, could. Like Waddle, I'm definitely not putting him over Waddle or those other receivers. Oh, actually, I put him over Pierce. But let's go Waddle and C-Rod. Strange is not a must-hold, like by any means.
No, definitely not a must-hold. You can stream
him. Always tired, 24/7. Good morning. I'm struggling here. Definitely struggling because the opponent had Pitts. So let's get some upside here. Starting May, CMC, Hendo, Igbuka, Terry, Jennings, likely. And then there's the bench. Any changes? Definitely needs some upside. I don't see more upside on the bench.
Slayton, but I can't put Slayton over Terry or Jennings.
No, I think it's good.
You don't get a flex here. I guess Terry and Jennings. Yeah.
Good luck. And then Young Money, how's it going? T-Law, Herbert, or Mariota?
I do like Mariota this week, but I probably played a little safer with T-Law. I think Mariota might have a little more upside, but he could also hurt you. I don't feel like T-Law can hurt you this week.
It's almost a guarantee he can't hurt you because the Jets literally don't intercept anybody. Like none. I think when they have one on the season, didn't they just get their first one?
Yes, they got their first interception of the entire year.
Yeah. So again, it's almost impossible for him. I don't know. Yeah, T-Law's fine. Parkinson or Loveland?
I'd probably just go
Parkinson
Parkinson here.
keeps getting touchdowns.
Yep. Good matchup.
All
Good
right,
luck,
Frank
everyone.
Vasquez. In half, would you start Jacobs? If not, let's see. Watson, Diggs, Hunt, Rico.
Yeah, I'm not starting those guys over Jacobs. If Jacobs buries me this week, he buries me. I'm not starting those guys. Although you do have Diggs, but I still can't put Diggs over Jacobs.
No, I acknowledge the risk. I don't put him on the boom, but I know there's no guarantee, and it is half PPR, so I think that's fine. Like if you had Judkins or who was the other one,
RJ Harvey.
RJ Harvey, yeah, fine, put those guys in, but not Watson. A terrible matchup, not Hunt. If you're feeling risky, you could go Diggs, but okay, Ethan Struby with another one in the playoffs. Hurts or Darnold?
Hurts.
Amon Ra, that's a yes. Let's see, who's the other one? AJB, JMO, Jacoby.
We need two of these. I'm going to go Amon-Ra, AJ Brown.
Two running backs.
I'm going to go Travion. I'm going to... I really want to say Tracy.
He's playing. I mean, he's clear at least.
Yeah, I like him more than Manungai. I don't know. I mean, look, I know Tony Pollard just ran wild on the Browns, but I'm not expecting that again. I'm going to go Travion Tracy here, and you need two flexes. I'm just going to flex those two wide receivers, JMO and Jacoby. I don't feel great about Manungai or Brees, personally.
No, definitely don't feel good about Brees. Manungai's fine, but again, not a massive ceiling. So fine with those running backs. Okay. This is Domingo.
Theo over Waller, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. Theo over Waller. Theo at tight end. All right, there you go, Ethan. Domingo Salazar. Needs a receiver and a flex. Wandale, Ladd, Diggs, Pollard, Neal, Marks.
If it's me, I'm going Wandale and Marks.
I do like Wandale as well. This doesn't say if it's PPR or not. I feel like it could be a big Diggs game, but Marks is your wiser choice. So let's go Marks. Moises. Hello, 10-teamer. Starting Lamar, CMC, Judkins, Olave, Nico. Likely flexing Marks. Here's the bench. Well, we would never, ever say we told you so, but, Evans on the bench. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I think we told him to bench Evans, honestly, because I think we said Olave over Evans.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. You got good options here. But anybody else to switch out? I don't think so.
Nah, I'm good with this.
Yeah. Jen Gillespie, happy Saturday. Thoughts on Adams? I mean, he's expected to play, so I don't think you need to worry about him in your lineup, do you?
No. But you say you need two if Adams out, so you still need one in a flex?
Yeah, I think let's just pick one in a flex. Just keep Adams in there, and he's not going to miss.
Well, which Jay Williams is that?
That's a good question. It's listed among the receivers, so I would assume JMO.
If it's Jameson, I'm going to go Jennings and Harvey. If it's Javonte, I'd probably go Javonte and Harvey.
All right. Yeah, you got some good choices here. I mean, you're tough. You're going to sit Kyron, you're going to sit Smith. I mean, the only one here I know I don't want to start out of this group is Watson because of the matchup, and then you don't need to risk it with Wilson. But yeah, I think Harvey's the best option. I think it's probably JMO, so let's go Jennings, Harvey. What about this? Let's help Shelly out. McLaurin or Harvey?
I do like Terry this week, but I think you just go with Harvey here. He just gives you such a higher floor, and he's got a ceiling this week. It's not a terrible spot against the Packers here. They're not They're just kind of like a middle of the road run defense. I would go Harvey.
Yeah. McLaurin in a good spot, but there's some risk. Karen Cooney now, need to flex. Manungai, Higgins, Tootin, K9, Hunt, Valet, likely Slayton, or Emmanuel Wilson. Just one.
Oh, if Jacob's out, I'll go Emmanuel Wilson, but it doesn't sound like it. I probably just take a chance on Slayton here against the Commanders. Like none of these guys excite me.
No, none of them are certainly not exciting. I think Jaden Higgins is interesting, right? He's got some potential. Yeah. So he would be the only other consideration. But let's see. I don't know. I have the feeling Jacobs plays. He may still be limited when he plays. I have a feeling they'll roll him out though, because it sounded like it was more optimistic toward the end of the week after Friday's practice, because he did nothing, and then like, yeah, now he's getting there. But of course, we don't know. All right, well, let's keep going. You know what? Let's do some of the non-super chats. Just keep going with the female viewers. Nicole Lancaster, Bowers, with Gino out, or Fannin?
Yeah, I'm not benching Bowers. I just don't think there's even a drop from Gino to Kenny Pickett. I'm not benching Bowers. I'm going down. There's just some players. It's like if they bust, they bust. I'm going down. I'm going down with that ship, and Bowers is one of those guys.
Yeah, it honestly might be a slight upgrade to Kenny Pickett. At least he's a little more accurate. So nothing wrong there. And then Molly Wap, always with a reminder, we appreciate you, Molly. Like and subscribe. No reason to wait. Let's just do that now. We'll get to your question in a second, but let's do Oliver Cabrera playing against Pitts. So more upside, Michael Wilson or Jalen Waddle?
I mean, what's the upside for Jalen Waddle? Let's be real here. Like last week felt like a big game for Jalen Waddle, and he had 50 yards?
Disrespect to Jalen Waddle.
It's not anything against Jalen Waddle. It's the fact that the Dolphins, look, with TJ Watt out, the defense banged up. I mean, Devon Achane is going to run for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. They're not even going to throw the ball in this game.
No, they really won't have to throw the ball too much. So I get it. There's limited upside. But again, Michael Wilson definitely has limited upside against the Texans defense. But you're saying he has potential for more just because of the target share?
Yeah, but then again, you don't want to do it. This is the thing. Like, this is always what's tough. And I know, it happens to me too. You say like, well, my opponent just had Kyle Pitts go for 50 points or whatever the hell he went for, 45 points, depending on your scoring. I need to risk it and just take chances and play, guys that could go off even if they bust. And then what ends up happening is like, you go like, man, if I would have just played my normal lineup, I would still win, because you don't know what the rest of his team's going to do. You don't know what your team's going to do. What if all your guys do great this week and the rest of his team just does okay? You might still win. So I think you should just still play the better options, and I think that is still Waddle here.
Makes sense. All right, there we go. Let's get to Senor Rojo. 1 tight end, 3 flexes between Tyler Warren, Likely, Fannin, Burden, and Chuba. We're going to have to flex some tight ends here.
Yeah, but I'm okay. I'm okay just playing all 3 of those tight ends, and then I probably go Chuba as my 4th pick.
All right. Yeah, those, I mean, if you're going to flex tight ends, those are good options, right? Likely against the Bengals, and Fannin has been rolling. And keep in mind, Njoku's out.
Yep.
So. Deja Entendu with the super chat. Let me look for your comment / question. All right, I don't see it. Let's keep going here. What's up, Money Mitch? He's at work, so not questioning, but just want to give a shout out to Mitch. And let's see. How about Toy Story Andy? Thank you. Finally made it happen. You got to have the avatar in there. Saying all of these suck, but pick 2. Mason Pollard.
I like respect for understanding that your choices all suck.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes in fantasy, you got to pick sucky choices and hope it works out. I'm just gonna go Mason and Pollard. How good can we feel about Bam Knight against the Texans? If Demarcado plays, that even caps him a little bit more because we will see some Demarcado. We will see some Michael Carter. I'll just take Mason and Pollard here and hope, pray to the light a bunch of candles.
That's exactly it. And actually, Mitch, not too long after, he was like, "I'm at work," and then here's the question. He's got a question. He's saying Jacobs or Wilson with the injury issue, or Aaron Jones over both.
I mean, if Michael Wilson was playing anybody else, I would say, yeah, just go Michael Wilson. Must start. Like, you must start Michael Wilson. But he's not. He's playing the toughest defense in the league, especially against the pass. The toughest defense against the pass in the entire league. I'm still rolling with Jacobs here.
Yeah, you figure if they clear him to play, they're going to give him the ball. Like what happened last time, right? It was questionable when he wound up playing. So if Jacobs plays, it's Jacobs. And if he doesn't, again, if you have Emmanuel Wilson, then you go Emmanuel Wilson over Aaron Jones, right?
Well, yeah, if Jacobs doesn't play, I would go either Wilson over Aaron Jones. Like, I think Aaron Jones is fine this week, but are we just looking for fine? We're just looking for fine. Like, give me my 10 points and get out of here. I mean, maybe, but I think if Jacobs is out, I would play either Wilson over Aaron Jones.
Right. All right. So let's just hope we find out about it. I don't want that game time. Oh, he'll test it out pregame. That's the worst. That shouldn't even be legal. It shouldn't allow that. C. Hibbert. Take the fantasy players into consideration. Come on.
Right.
Pick 2, of course. Jacoby Myers, Lad Swift, Devonta Smith.
I'm going Jacoby and Devonta Smith here.
And then pick 1, Jacoby, Debo, Emmanuel Wilson, if he starts.
No, if Jacobs is completely ruled out, I'm going to play Emmanuel Wilson. Otherwise, I'm going to go Jacoby again.
Right. Okay. Here's Molly's question. Broski's. Good call on Evans. Yep. He was not on a pitch count.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, don't even ask. Okay. If next week, like, somebody's going to get banged up or something this week, or maybe Drake London's going to come back next week, or Garrett Wilson or whoever, and Ian Rappaport's going to tweet. No, don't even ask me about Ian Rappaport's stupid tweet about limited pitch. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah. Like, if it's at this point, it's almost like if it's from Rapp, you're just like, okay, do the opposite. Because these teams know that it's going to get reported out there and they want to throw you off. I mean, it's almost like misinformation more than information. All right. Hurts, Henry, Marks, Jacoby, Olave, Kittle on the bench, Monungai, Chuba, Dunze, Ferg, any changes? Rome, I don't even care if he plays. I don't trust him.
Okay, yeah, Rome, like, they could tell me Rome's going to play every snap. I don't really care too much. Henry, Marks, good. Jacoby, Olave, Kittle, nah, you're good. You're good here. I don't want to take a chance on Dunze.
No. All right, Eddie GMF. Hurts or Herbert?
Hurts.
Definitely Hurts. 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex with all of these guys. And then tight end, Johnson or Likely. That's close, but got to take a chance on Likely, right?
Yeah, you got to take a chance on Likely at tight end. I'm going to go Henry, Woody, Marks at running back, although I'm guessing we'll flex Javonte. Yeah, because I'm going to go Puka, Diggs at wide receiver with Javonte in the flex. So Henry, Javonte, and Woody with Puka and Diggs and Likely.
All right, then we got JC Ortiz, 1973. Needs a flex. Slayton, Booty, QJ, Likely.
If it's me, I'm probably just going Slayton, although there's a part of me that wants to put Likely in. Like, I feel like Likely might be safer. As crazy as that sounds.
With this group, yeah.
But man, Slayton against the Commanders, he could absolutely go off this week. He could go off.
Yeah, I'm fine flexing likely this week, but Slayton does have a good matchup. QJ is not only barely playable, he's questionable. I'm not going to consider QJ. Booty seems too risky. Yeah, I'm fine with Slayton. All right, and then we got Evan Nikolai, Goff, T-Law, or Mariota.
Goff. I'll take a chance on Goff in Dallas in what could be a not in Dallas. Who the Lions play again this week?
The Rams.
The Rams, even better. Even better.
Shootout.
Yeah.
And then 2 receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Henderson, Hampton, Judkins, C-Rod, Gainwell, Monungai, Jefferson, Jennings, Tet.
We only can. It's kind of frustrating. We only get 1 running back, but we have to pick 2 of these wide receivers. I wish it was reversed.
Yeah. We can flex one.
I think you got to go Judkins at running back. Oh, man. I mean, Jennings is definitely one of my wide receivers. The Vikings do play the Cowboys. They're the team that plays the Cowboys. I really want to say Jefferson. Tet, probably your safer bet here. I don't know. Would I have the stones to put Jefferson in my lineup? Probably not. So I'd probably go Jennings, Tet. But then I look at Tet and I'm like, what's the ceiling? Like, what's the ceiling?
Yeah. I mean, look, if you don't love your other option, it's not like there's no scenario we can start Justin Jefferson. So I think it's fine here. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I'd probably flip-flopping on that one. I would definitely flex Henderson, though. I would go Judkins, Henderson at the flex. Jennings for sure a wide receiver, and then it's just down to, do I want the floor from Ted, or do I want to shoot for a potentially big game finally from Jefferson in a great matchup?
Well, I think you have to agree the upside definitely goes to Jefferson. So it's fine. I just don't want to feel like I'm getting suckered again after last week where, like, well, at least you get you a floor. And then he got even worse. But that doesn't mean that he'll do nothing for sure this week. It's very possible. But it is the Cowboys. So anyways, I think it's fine over Ted. Don't feel like a big Ted game either. So who are we flexing?
Henderson. I'm flexing Travian.
Henderson, okay. And then second team, Hunt, Watson, or Emmanuel Wilson.
Well, I'll say if Jacob's out, I'll go Emmanuel Wilson, although they did just add him to the injury report with an illness. But illness usually doesn't matter that much. If not, I'm going to take a chance on Watson here. Like, I mean, Hunt, he didn't even really have a floor last week because we saw Pacheco get pretty heavily involved last week. I'll just take a chance on Watson, even in a tough matchup.
Yeah. All right. Then let's go to Move Means CEO. Okay. Needs a receiver. Booty, Jaden Reed, or Dunze, or Coker.
This is one that should have started with all my options suck. I do kind of like Booty this week. But I don't know. Out of this group, I mean, if Odunze plays, I don't think I can put these guys over Odunze. Like Jalen Coker, Jaden Reed, Booty. I guess Reed is interesting because if Surtain does shadow, but it's not like the Broncos are like, it's not like they have Pat Surtain and a bunch of scrubs.
No.
I don't know. I think out of this group, I probably still have to roll with Odunze.
Well, I guess so.
I mean, you starting somebody else?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anybody who can. I was like, no. Zachary Mudd, in my sleeper league at RB2, do I start Walker, Singletary, or Bam?
I'm just going to go Singletary here against the Commanders. Great matchup. He should get touches.
Yeah. Bam has been good, but it's just too tough this week. All right, we have AJ Fisk, 8702, 10-teamer, PPR, need to flex Ferguson, Jaden Higgins, Booty. Not liking Brees this week, can tell.
Right.
Same. Rest of the starters, Burrow, Hampton, Bucky, Jason, Ted, Pitts. Oh, you got Pitts. That's nice.
Nice. That feels good. I think I'd probably just go Jaden Higgins here. It's a very good matchup against Cardinals. He at least gives you a floor. Like, Jaden Higgins probably won't kill you. Like, Booty, Ferguson. I mean, Ferguson probably won't kill you either, but with CeeDee playing, that kind of limits him a little bit. So I'd probably go Jaden Higgins here.
Yeah, don't mind Jaden Higgins this week. And then let's do Derek Gonzalez, Wilson, or Jennings. Really want to do Wilson with Harrison out. But
I think I like Jennings enough this week that I don't need to risk it with Wilson. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I always say this. Like, it's not like we have a crystal ball. We're not 100% right. Hopefully I like to think we get more right than wrong. But at the end of the day, it's your fantasy team. Like, you got to live with the decision. I mean, I say it as if it's like, I'm talking about fantasy football here. I think we can get over it if you lose. Move on. We'll do it again. We'll do it again next year. Like, it's not like, it's not a life-altering decision here. You got to live with the regret for the rest of your life. But that being said, like, if you are feeling Wilson and you're like, well, Christian Pierre said Jennings, so I'll put Jennings in, and then Jennings busts and Wilson goes off. You know what I mean? So if you want to put Wilson in, totally understandable. I like Jennings enough this week. I would go Jennings.
Like Jennings too. Matchup, again, extreme both ways. Extremely bad for Wilson, extremely good for Jennings. All right, let's get to I'm Raymond, 22. Got a few questions. So, Mariota or Darnold?
This is a tough one. I think I like Mariota enough. Like, Darnold just feels like a middling floor QB this week. I think I'll take a chance on Mariota here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great matchup. You know that.
Well, I'm laughing because I'm looking at the rest of the questions. I'm like, oh, we're just going to be all in on the Commanders this week.
Well, McLaurin or Wilson? We're going to say McLaurin.
And I'm going to say Rodriguez over Mundengai, so
maybe we don't go Mariota, so we're not too all in on the Commanders, huh?
Yeah, but I don't want that to be the decision.
No, honestly, it's close either way. Like, here's the thing with Darnold, right? He's been very up and down. But this week, it's at home against that Colts team, which we already know, right? Phillip Rivers, unless you really, really think he's going to come back strong. The only question, honestly, is it might be like a couple weeks ago in the Vikings, right, with Brosman, where he just didn't have to throw because they were stomping him. I don't think it'll be that bad, but I don't know. Darnold is just a floor play this week, right? He's a floor play. Mariota has a higher ceiling. My only issue with Mariota is, like, are they really going to have to pass the ball that much against that ridiculously bad Giants run defense? But Mariota runs and Darnold doesn't, right?
Yeah, but the difference between the Jags and the Jets is the Jags have an elite defense against a horrendous offense. The Commanders have a horrendous defense against a at least capable offense. I don't think this is going to be a game where the Commanders are rolling the Giants like, we don't need to throw the ball anymore.
Commanders haven't rolled anybody all year, so no, that's definitely not an issue.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about Mariota not throwing the ball here. I think Mariota is riskier than Darnold, but also Darnold, I just feel like Darnold, what do you like 200 yards, 2 touchdowns? It kind of feels like 1 or 2 touchdowns. It kind of feels like the Darnold game this week, like 200 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Well, it's fine. I mean, you for some reason have a bunch of Commanders, so I guess let's go Commanders. Chiefs, Rams, Cowboys, or Dolphins at defense? You can't play the Rams against Detroit. That's not good.
I think I'm probably just going to go Chiefs again at home against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Dolphins not a bad option against the Steelers either, though. But
this is true. All right. Let's now go to Azerby, I think is what it was. Dak or May?
I think I just go May here. I feel good enough about Drake May. This is a game where the Patriots might actually have to throw the ball a lot more than they want to against the Bills. Dak is fine, but it is a tough spot against the Vikings.
Right. I think May has more upside here. Flex, Harvey, Sutton, or Hampton?
Harvey.
Definitely Harvey. All right. Then we got a super chat from Rage Cage. Awesome. Hurts screwed me out of a bye. Yeah, he screwed a lot of people over last week. Now we need two out of Walker Sharp's money guy in Chuba.
I have it Chuba and Manungai. Although I kind of do like Charbonnet's chances of scoring a touchdown this week.
Yeah, you've been mentioning Charbonnet, and between the two, Charbonnet, of course, has more touchdown upside. Just talk about that Seahawks matchup. They're at home, Colts. Who knows how that's going to go for them? I don't mind Charbonnet. The question is Chuba, right? How many touches is he going to get? We don't know. I think Manungai is the one I feel the best about. If it's my team, I'm probably just going to go roll with Chuba because I guess he could score too. Charbonnet is interesting. How about Christopher Larice? Has the bye week, enjoying, no stress. Obviously didn't have Hurts. So he's asking about next week. Do you just roll with Evans?
How do you not? How do you not? They play the Panthers. That doesn't scare me. How do you not? Like the dude just came back and like told Emeka Egbuka, I'm still the captain here. I'm still the captain. You know, so step aside, youngin. Step aside, youngin. This old guy is not dust yet. I am still the man here. And really, you should have had a better game. Baker Mayfield. Dude, Mike Evans is 6'5". How do you airmail Mike Evans? How do you throw a 10-yard like stop route and almost get Mike Evans killed? He's 6'5", Baker, and you're like 5'10". So it's like for you to throw it that high is like really high for you. That's like you threw it really high, dude. Anyways, I'm just railing on Baker here, even though thankfully Mike Evans still came through because I was watching the game. I'm like, oh great, you just got Mike. Because after that play, I'm like Mike Evans, because Mike Evans was like in a lot of pain holding his low back. I'm like, great, he just injured Mike Evans again. Well done, buddy. But thankfully for Baker's sake and all of our sake, he didn't. Anyways, yeah, how do you not start Evans? I'm not saying like must start. I'm not saying we're going to say he's a must start, but come on. Got to start Evans here.
Well, it might be. Way to get the Panthers? I don't know, but pretty close. Anyways, okay, so let's get to Raheem. Dart or Mahomes?
I think I'm just gonna go Dart against Commanders. Like I don't mind Mahomes this week, but I think Dart gives you more upside.
Because of his matchup, yeah, I agree. I don't mind Mahomes this week. I think they'll kind of get right to some extent, but Dart got a better matchup. Mary Jo McKay, flex Judkins, Jacoby, or Debo?
I think you got to go Judkins this week against the Bears. Sampson out, Jerome Ford on IR. You got to take a chance here, I think.
Yep. And then Eddie Brock, love the videos. Thank you. Appreciate that. Needs a receiver and 2 running backs in a 10-team league. Half. Jaden Higgins, Booty, Pierce, or Burden? Wait a minute. Oh, Jake Higgins. Like, where are the running backs? Jacobs, Henderson, or Hampton. Also has Emmanuel Wilson. So just one of those receivers and 2 of those running backs.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Packers running back. We only Oh, we get 2 running backs. Thank goodness. I'm going to go the Packers running back and Travion Henderson. And again, I probably just take a chance on Jaden Higgins here. It's such a good matchup against Cardinals.
Yeah, it's nice because you got Wilson. You were smart to get Wilson. So start Jacobs or Wilson with Henderson. All right, it's the nemesis. Plan to play Marks over Jacobs / Wilson.
I'm okay with that, honestly. I like Marks a lot this week. This is especially, and if Nick Chubb ends up not playing, even better. Even better.
Yeah, and again, it's the Broncos. It's not like a smash spot for Jacobs. And what if he's not 100% and he's still playing? I think that's fine. Willie Chase, what's up? Cleveland's O-line has 3, maybe 4 players out. Pivot from Judkins. Does that worry you?
I mean, yeah, look, I feel like the running game has not been great for Cleveland for a while now. But the nice thing, I talked about this, if you watched the Booms video yesterday, the Bears are one of the worst. I think they're second worst in terms of adjusted yards before contact per attempt, meaning like their defensive line gets pushed around. So I actually compared it. You probably didn't watch the video, but I actually compared it to Ashton Genty way back in week 4. Because remember, people were very panicked about Ashton Genty because they just drafted this guy in like the first round or early second round. He was running for like 2 yards per carry because the Raiders O-line is so bad. And they were playing the Bears. And I said, this is the week because the Bears O-line or defensive line gets – the offensive line just dominate them. They just dominate them. And this is a week where the Raiders offensive line could be hidden. And sure enough, Ashton Genty had by far his best game running, had 131 yards that week. Well, now the Browns get the Bears. I think the Bears can hide the Browns. Man, goodness, I'm struggling. The Browns' bad O-line here and help Judkins out. And it's a game where it should be close. Don't have to worry about games scripted out, and he's all they got. So I'm still rolling with Judkins this week. Long way to say that.
Yeah, you got Henderson, Monungai, Hampton as options. I mean, those are good options, but I don't think, again, nothing to worry you off of Judkins. There are some teams that are struggling at offensive line. In fact, that's another reason. I think Arizona, right? Don't they have injuries at the offensive line? Another reason to worry against the Texans, but Judkins is going to get all the touches. Let's get it. What's up, Wayne? It is Saturday. You're right. Consistency is key. Are we still leaning Marks and Hendy, benching Kyron or benching Hendy? Marks cannot be ignored.
Did I put Henderson ahead of Kyron? Let me check. I think that one is close. I mean, I have Marks the highest here, so I'm definitely still going Marks.
So it's
Kyron and Henderson are very tough this week because we've seen a lot of Blake Corum.
Yeah, I don't remember if we said something different. I don't remember saying Henderson over Kyron. I would go Kyron.
Yeah, I mean, I have Kyron ranked higher, so yeah, go Kyron here. I'm kind of nervous about both of them. The Bills' run defense, I think people are going to be surprised this week. A lot of people are just saying Henderson smash spot Bills. Look how bad they've been all year against the run. I think people are going to be surprised. They've been very good against the run the last few weeks.
Yeah, and Mondre is back. He's there. I mean, he's going to get touches, clearly, as we saw last time. So, I mean, the way he's phrasing this makes me worry. Like, did we say Marks and Henderson over Kyron? I don't think so. I'd go Kyron. All right, and you can say you got Kyron higher than Henderson too, right?
Yep.
All right, there you go. Kaizen, Flex, RJ, Ted Judkins, or Emmanuel Wilson?
I think I still got to go Judkins here. Judkins, Harvey, close. That's a close one for me. I hate having to have one of these guys on the bench. But, I mean, Judkins should get every touch here in a good matchup. I'm going to go Judkins.
Over RJ, huh?
Well, only because Sampson and Jerome Ford are now out.
Right. Not you're not stressed about Trevion Williams. So
No.
yeah, I mean I definitely feel like RJ Harvey has more touchdown upside just because he scores so many touchdowns and he's on a better team. But Judkins has more for in terms of rushing. Yeah, it's definitely one of those guys. I'm not because of what we just talked about with the offensive line injuries, but I think I feel RJ a little bit more. But RJ or Judkins, you don't have to sweat Wilson here. This is J Luck 85. Yep, playoff time, 3 years in a row. Nice.
Nice.
Who has more upside, Corum or Charbonnet?
This is actually a tough question now because we've seen Corum get so involved.
Yeah.
But it is a tough matchup this week for the Rams running game against the Lions. And I really do think Charbonnet has touchdown upside this week because the Colts, they've allowed a touchdown to running backs in 6 straight games, and in half those games they've allowed 2 rushing touchdowns. And you like, unless we think Phillip Rivers is coming in to save the day, it's probably a game the Seahawks are going to win pretty comfortably. So I think I'm going to take Charbonnet this week.
Just because the game script could favor it, I think it's fine. Corum, it's not a smash spot for Corum either. So yeah, I think Charbonnet is fine here. And then this is Willie Chase. By the way, let me go back to this. Celebrating making the playoffs. Absolutely. That's awesome. You don't have to be dominant. You just have to make it. And so where was it? Here we go. So we did Eddie Brock's earlier. Eddie started 1-7 and managed to make the playoffs.
That's nice.
This
would be quite the comeback. Do it.
And hey, look, you made it. You have just as good a chance now as everybody else. As we always say, it's better to finish strong than to start strong. And then same thing, Willie Chase again also started 1-7 and made it in. That's
wow.
Crazy.
Well done, you guys. I've never seen a comeback from 1-7.
Well, you know what this tells me? Doing some work in the trade market and the waiver wire and making smart decisions. So that's exactly what you need. All right. So has May and Dart. Does the weather for May and the matchup for Dart make Dart's better play?
All right. So I was kind of surprised we hadn't talked about the weather yet.
I didn't want to bring it up again because, we'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it says snow falls all morning, but should start to taper off and clear out around kickoff. So not an issue. It's cold, temps below freezing here, winds 10 miles an hour, which is not an issue. New England has a heated field, so I'm not worried. I'm still going May here.
Yeah, we made it clear that unless something weird is going on here, cold weather, even snow shouldn't worry you. So going May. I got him as my top 3 in terms of passing yards this week. I think he could put up big numbers. Let's go May. All right. Then we have Tony R481. Pick 1, Jones, Myers, Odunze.
In full PPR, I'm going to go Jacoby.
Yeah, Odunze, very risky here. Gifted Confusion. All right. Pick 3, Judkins, Wilson, maybe Michael Wilson, Waddle, Harvey, and Jefferson. Going up against Pitts and Brissett. I don't know if that matters.
Well, I don't know if that – I mean, going up against Pitts obviously matters. But wait, there's nothing you can do. Again, you just got to set your best line. This is the thing about fantasy football. Like, this isn't like chess or, what else? What other games can you actually – affect your opponent? I can't think. There's a zillion, and for some reason I can't think of them. I don't know why chess came. Probably because I play chess all day. But you know what I mean? Like you have no impact on your opponent unless them personally and you can play mind games with them and make them put dude, I really think you should play Phillip Rivers this week. Maybe
He's due. He's due for a big game. 5
Right.
years.
Like you cannot control what happens to your opponent's team. You have no say in it whatsoever. You just have to set your best possible lineup. So yeah, it sucks going against Pitts because it's like, I mean, let's be real. Like real talk, like your chances are not very good right now because when any player gets that kind of score, especially a player like a tight end who you don't expect to get anything close to that, it puts you behind the 8 ball, but you still just got to play your best lineup. So that being said, Harvey and Judkins for sure. And then assuming that's Michael Wilson, I'll go Waddle.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Michael Wilson, but we'll see. Yeah, we always want max upside, so there you go. And let's just throw this up. Bolivian Thunder. I think this is worth mentioning since we've been talking about setting lineups and playoffs. First year back in 12 years. Yeah, a lot has definitely changed. I guarantee you that. He says he only has 3 players that he drafted, but that's exactly what I was saying. Trades, waivers, good advice. Got the 2 seed. Awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
Well done.
It really is different without going on about this. I mean, you know, obviously, Chris, but it didn't used to be this way. You didn't have nearly as many guys injured constantly. You didn't have so many changes, even quarterback. Like who the quarterback was just who the quarterback was all year, unless he had a serious injury. And it's just way different than it used to be. You have to stay involved. You have to be active on waivers like every single week. So,
well, I think also, there's just so much more instant information now, and everybody has access to it. I remember when I first started playing fantasy, hardly anybody on Twitter was tweeting about fantasy football or anything. You know what I mean? So
that's
you didn't know these guys missed practice or had an ankle injury. Like you just saw if Josh Jacobs plays, you play Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? You didn't even know he had was dealing with a knee injury.
Nope, that is true.
So you're like, just play Josh. You just played your lineup, but now there's so much information, which is good, right? It's better. But yeah, you're right. It makes it so you have to just be way more active and on top of it now.
Yeah, we have, like you say, too much information because a lot of it is misleading even. So, but that's why we try to give you what matters and filter. Try to filter. All right. And then what's up, Peace Dog? That looks like a very good boy. I'm seriously considering moving Judkins ahead of Bucky as my RB2, especially in light of the Samson being out in Fort IR. Well, Bucky already played, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you could put Judkins over Bucky right now, do it because Bucky only got you 8 points.
Yeah, he means rest of the season too. Yeah, the Bucky thing, it's just really, he wasn't bad. It's just getting pulled at the goal line is not a good look. So I don't think.
Getting vultured by Sean Tucker. And not only that, there was another time where they were down inside the 10 and Sean Tucker was getting run. But I will say next week they get the Panthers. So you might want to take a chance on Bucky. We'll see.
Yeah, if you have another really good running back, then Judkins might count. Then yeah, okay, fine. But for the most part, don't sweat it. I mean, it was just not a great game. It was an island game. We can overreact. Just Bucky is still going to be fine, I think. All right. Well, I feel like this is a good time since we're sort of at a pause here. This is a good time for me to remind everybody who's on the stream about 2 things really quickly. First of all, speaking of dogs, Peace Dog, Underdog. We partner with Underdog. You've probably heard of Underdog before, but have you tried Underdog? Maybe you haven't. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, go and do it now. If you sign up for the first time as a new customer, you're going to get this pick. It's a freebie because it's Jonathan Taylor getting higher than 0 total yards. If Jonathan Taylor just gets 1 yard this week, you win that pick, and that's a gimme that you get if you're a new customer and you sign up for the first time. But you got to use code ENDGAME when you check out. When you do that, you're going to get not only that free pick, but also up to $1,000 of bonus cash. And that's going to be upon your first deposit. But again, use code ENDGAME so you get the free pick, the free bonus cash, plus more bonus cash, because as soon as you play $5 towards any picks, you're going to get another $100 in bonus funds added to your account. Play $5, get 100. That's a good deal. You get all of that if you use code Endgame when you sign up for the first time on Underdog. So try it out. And if you already have an Underdog account, go and start getting your picks in now. It's a good time to do that. And then let me also remind you, or if you haven't tried it yet, maybe you don't know. If you're new here, we've got some new viewers here, by the way. Thank you. We appreciate you. Check out our app. It is called Draft Lane. That's right. We have an app where we answer questions just like we do on the stream. You can see we got some questions lined up already. And you can use code Endgame, by the way, if you're trying Draft Lane for the first time. Go to the little settings wheel here. Use code Endgame, apply it. You get 10 free points to ask some questions with. So let's do the ask a question. Those are pretty straightforward. 2 running back, 2 receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Kyron Henry, Munungai, Henderson, Nico Sutton, Jennings, Pearsall, Bowers, and Warren. All right, let's set this lineup.
Let's see. I'm going to go 2 wide receivers. I'm going to go Nico and Jennings. 2 running backs. I'm going to go Henry, Kyron. Going to go Bowers over Warren. Got to be a little worried with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. And then flex.
Probably Trey. Yeah, I'm going to flex Travion Henderson.
Yeah. Sutton is just okay. Don't feel like a great game for him. So there we go. It wasn't too bad. That was so quick. Let's do another one.
All right.
Let's do a start sit here. This one's been on. Brees has been so disappointing. Agree. Starting him over Watson last week and somehow survived. But do you start him over Watson this week? I don't know. Got Watson at the flex. Like, this looks good. Purdy, McLaurin, Sutton's okay. Taylor and Henry is good. Well, actually, do we want to go likely over Schultz?
Yeah, I want to go likely over Schultz.
Brees, Singletary, Jaden Higgins. Do any of those guys make the cut over Watson?
I kind of want to say Singletary, but at the same time, I mean, what's the upside for Singletary?
Yeah.
Like, does he really have more upside than Watson, even in a tough matchup? I'm not so sure.
Well, if they're going to really do what they've been doing and just pin back their ears and try to run with both RBs, I mean, he'll get you double digits. Watson, I'm not sure. Like, you know what? I saw this question earlier, honestly, and I kept it because I want to get your thoughts on this. I still don't really want to start Reese with Brady Cook on the road against Jacksonville. The guy I was considering was Singletary. Now I think about it again. I think I would go Singletary for Watson.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, Singletary feels safer.
Yeah, certainly. I don't love Sutton, but we can't like Watson more than Sutton, right?
No, I still gotta prefer Sutton over Watson.
All right, let's ignore Brees. Likely has more upside at tight end than Schultz. All right. So that's how it works. Real straightforward. That's Draft Lane. So again, check it out if you haven't yet. It's a free download. All right, let's get back to your questions. This is Arav Aji, receiver, running back, flex, Hendo, Michael Wilson, Harvey, Hampton, Terry, Warren.
I'm going to go Terry at wide receiver, Harvey at running back. I think I just flex Henderson here.
All right, there you go. Full Venom jacket. Very nice. Happy playoffs. Dart, Shador, or Knicks?
Here I can definitely go Dart. Good matchup. Has upside. He's still running. Look, they're not. He's going to run. He even said, I'm going to run. Like, you can't stop Jackson Dart from running. I mean,
no. I think
another concussion might stop him from running, at least temporarily, but I'm going to play Dart.
If he gets another one in game, but getting a concussion a couple weeks ago hasn't stopped him. So, yeah, just go Dart here. Can't feel great about Shador. Let's do a couple, actually, of the regular chats here. I know we're trying to stick to super chats because we have a lot, but let's catch up here. This is Mark the Spot Fishing. Brees or Michael Wilson?
Michael Wilson.
Yeah, here can definitely go Michael Wilson. I didn't see this. Remember, we did Peace Dog before the break. Thank the fantasy gods. The opponent had Pitts on the bench. Nice.
Dang. Well, I mean, I get it. Like if you have Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Tyler Warren, guys like that, you probably weren't playing Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I mean, like nobody saw Kirk Cousins having his best game of the season out of nowhere. Here's an interesting one. Times 10 gaming. I don't know how you have 3 of the best tight ends out there, but you got to bench one. Bowers, Kittle, Fannin.
I think you got a bench Fannin here.
Yeah, this is so tough because Fannin is such a smash spot, but you got Bowers and Kittle. I mean, you can't sit them. All right, let's do Brett B. Jacoby or DK?
Jacoby.
Judkins or Travion?
Judkins.
All right, now to Esteban. Picked up Evans and watched him score 19 from the bench. Like, okay, but Esteban, for those who don't know, he's like in a 6-man league. And so,
right.
Yeah, with Jamar Chase, anyway, I can start Michael Wilson or J-Mo or Terry.
Nah. This is the problem with these super shallow leagues is you're going to have booms on the bench. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It's almost worse. Like I argue, it's almost worse. Like at least when you have to choose between like Kyle Monangai, Zach Charbonnet, and Devin Singletary, you're probably not going to be filled with tons of regret. Like it's not like, one of those guys is going to go off for 30 while the others get like 12, probably. But this is the problem when you're in these like little 6-man leagues. It's like, yeah, you're going to have booms on your bench. It's the nature of the beast.
You will definitely not always get it right, even in a 12-team or a 14-team league. So don't worry about losing it. You'll be fine. Jim K. The op sat Pitts. Awesome. But I sat Evans. Not so awesome. PPR.
Man, imagine if your opponent had played Pitts and Bijan against you. You're like, you're done.
Yeah, then I might lose it there. But 2-2-1: Barkley, Chase Brown, Etienne, Hampton, Nico, Pickens, Terry, Sutton, Wilson, and Ladd. Well, look, I can see why you sat Evans. You have good odds.
This is another team where it's like, what are you gonna do here? I'm gonna go. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna play Nico, Pickens, and Terry. That's gonna be my 2-1. I think I gotta go Chase Brown. Barkley Etienne is tough. I really do like Barkley this week. I don't blame you one bit. If you just want to play Etienne, he certainly feels safer. And I like Etienne a lot too this week. I'm probably going to go Barkley, Chase Brown. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm going to go Barkley, Chase Brown, Etienne with Nico and Pickens. I'm going to bench Terry. Even though I like Terry, I also understand the risk with Terry. I'm going to play those 3 running backs and Nico and Pickens. I just think, I'm going to play those 3 running backs, Nico and Pickens.
Yeah, no, that's true. Terry in a great spot, but again, not guaranteed. Again, fully acknowledge, and I mentioned this, I don't remember one of the videos, like 2 of the 3 games that he's played since coming back from injury the latest time have been mediocre, like 40-something yards. The one big game was when they had to come back like crazy at the end in overtime against Denver. There's no guarantee that happens here. This could actually be a really boring game. But look, for what it's worth, I don't think we would have said Evans to start him either with these options. So don't worry about it. Alchemite, May, Dart, or Purdy? Wow, that's tough.
I think I go Purdy here. I like Purdy a lot this week against the Titans.
Yeah, this is a case where Dart is the floor play, but I don't think I would pick Dart. May seems to me like he has the highest ceiling, but he's also, I feel like, the riskiest. Purdy's kind of in between, right? So Yeah, let's go Purdy. Start 2, Jalen Warren, Devin Neal, Michael Wilson.
I'm gonna go Devin Neal, Michael Wilson. I like Jalen Warren. Like I'll take my chances with Michael Wilson here.
Yeah, playing Cook, Lamb, Olavi, Waddle, and Bowers. All right, yeah, you're fine. All right, so Purdy it is, and Neal and Wilson, and then of course Andrea, always on the stream. Appreciate you. Need the flex. Devonta Smith, Jennings, Rico, Woody.
I'm going Woody. I'm going Woody here. I like Devonta Smith too this week, but I'm going Woody.
Woody it is. All right, Mr. Yappers or Yapers. Not sure about the River situation.
No. I'm still going. Look, one thing, I'll tell you the guy I'm most worried about is Alec Pierce. I'm just worried Phillip Rivers can only throw the ball. I mean, he's like the last time we saw him, he was pretty much a noodle arm. Can't imagine his arm has gotten stronger. So I think Warren's going to be okay here. If CeeDee Lamb was out, I would have definitely said Ferg. But with CeeDee Lamb back, I think I just go Warren still.
Yeah, Houston or Seattle defense. You got to go Seattle. I mean, you're just saying you're not sure about the River situation. Take advantage of that uncertainty, right?
Yep.
I fully acknowledge Houston is like the superior defense, but you got to take a chance. All right, we've been getting a lot of love in the chat from Alpha Tax Financial. He's saying the big fan. So let's do one of these. Benched Evans. Am I screwed? No, he's still got good players. Well, oh God, would have started him over Watson.
Yeah, I mean, look, I will say like Evans had a great game, but it's not like Evans went for like Kyle Pitts,
right?
It's not like, you know what I mean. Like Evans is gonna probably finish as like a top 20 scorer this week. He's not gonna be like the highest scorer like Kyle Pitts probably will be. So, you know, you're not screwed here. Goff gives H-Hand right. Yeah, definitely would have started him over Watson though. James. Yeah, Jacoby Vidal, Javon Johnson. Nah, I think you're good with what you got, but yeah. Fortunate. Couldn't help you before Thursday. We would have said Evans.
Right. No, you're not screwed. Jason Eves, 140. First time I've needed help this year. Well, that's
all right.
Unfortunate, but let's help. Half PPR need 3-2-1. Jefferson, Higgins, Rice, Wilson, Mechie, Dowdle, Brown, Bam. Bryce or Darnold?
Need 3-2-1. 3 what? Wide receivers?
2 RBs and 1 quarterback.
All right. I'm gonna go Rice. I can't. I'm gonna go Rice, Jefferson, Wilson. I can't. Jaden Higgins, he does have a good matchup, but like what's the upside for Jaden Higgins? I'll go Jefferson, Rice, Wilson at wide receiver. Chase Brown, Dowdle at running back. Oh man, we need to flex. I'm gonna flex Jaden Higgins. I'm not putting Bam Knight in there.
Bryce Young or Sam Darnold?
Go Sam Darnold.
Definitely go Darnold there. All right, good luck. Orange and blue, true. Welcome back. This is non-PPR. No Higgins, no London. So who do we go with? Sutton, Jennings, Michael Wilson, or Terry?
Ooh. I think I go Terry over Jennings. That one is tough. That is tough. But Terry's the more talented player. I'm gonna go Terry over Jennings.
Yeah, it's close. Again, you got good enough options. We like them both. Well, both between Terry and Jennings this week. So, yeah, maybe don't sit Evans next week. Youngberg, Genty or Michael Wilson. Oh, it's full PPR. Maybe
I'm just gonna go Michael Wilson. I don't feel good about Genty this week. I'll just take a chance on Michael Wilson here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, honestly, because I put usually Friday, I start to put together my picks on underdog. I took the lower on Genty for rushing yards because it was like 50 something, and I was like, No, he's done 30 each of the last 2 weeks. I don't feel it this week. I actually went lower on him. Ferg, Gesicki, or Waller?
Gesicki is interesting with T out.
He is. Waller's not.
I don't know if I could put him in over Ferg though. I think I still go Ferg here.
Yeah, again, Ferg a little safer. Close there. Jordan Pena, 7405, one receiver and two running backs. Neal, Hampton, Dowdle, Watson, Odunze.
Oh man. I'll probably just still take a chance on Watson. He's healthy. He looked good. I know it's the Broncos, but he's been so good. I'll take a chance on Watson. I'm going to go Neal, Hampton at running back.
All right. And then Paul, Nav, 1000. Two receivers, two running backs, flex, Pittman, Diggs, Wilson, CMC, Chase Brown, Henderson, Etienne, Jones. Unfortunately, benched Evans, but hey, at least you have Evans and somebody else does. That's what we keep saying.
Yeah. Oh, man. It is unfortunate because we would have said Evans here. But anyways, I'm going to go CMC, Chase Brown. Actually, no, I'm going to go CMC. I think I'm going to go CMC, Etienne. Yeah, CMC, Etienne. Diggs. I'd probably just take a chance on Michael Wilson here. Can't feel great about Pittman with Phillip Rivers. I'll go Diggs, Wilson. Gonna flex Chase Brown. Yeah, CMC, Etienne, Diggs, Wilson, flex Chase Brown.
There you go. And still a good lineup. You got Evans on your bench. Willie, by the way, Willie Chase again. Did play Evans after asking on probably Thursday who's going to start Reed. Yeah, I think you're definitely going to be happy he did that. So
I will say, after saying yes to Mike Evans a bazillion times on Thursday, I was very happy he came. I was like, oh, please don't bust tonight, Mike Evans.
That would have been brutal. And, the lesson learned here is two things. First of all, saying yes 100 times to a guy like Mike Evans versus a couple weeks ago when he was like, do I flex Devon Villay? Look, there's a big difference between Mike Evans and Devon Villay. Go with its superior talent, as you were saying, but also worry about a guy based on previous performance and track record and whatever, or not being in a good offense like New Orleans, no offense, but or a guy based on what the media says or what the coach says or what we think is going to be a limitation, right? We know better. So.
Yeah.
All right, we got Lee Nice, I assume. Two teams, 1 point PPR. Team one, Hurts or Dart?
Hurts.
One receiver from these, Jennings. Wait, one receiver, probably one flex. From these, Jennings, Monungai, Debo, Watson?
Yeah, because Monungai is not a wide receiver. I'm going to go Jennings. We need a flex. I mean, if we need a flex here, I hope we don't. I hope we just need Jennings. Debo, I don't mind Debo this week, honestly. He gets the Giants.
It's not the worst.
Although I still do, I'm looking now, I still do have Watson higher, so I mean, I guess I have Watson over Monungai too. So I guess if you do need a flex here, it'll be Jennings, Watson, but I really hope you just need a wide receiver.
Right. All right. So team two needs two running backs, Hendy, Harvey, Woody, Sharps, Wilson if Jacobs is out.
I'm just going to go Harvey and Woody.
All right. There you go. And then we got no guts. It's R2. Rico, Chuba, Corum, Brees.
I mean, I really just want to say both Panthers running backs, but do you really want both? You don't really want both Panthers running backs.
I think it's okay. Like I'm putting Brees probably last on this list. I feel good about him. I'm okay if you split the difference between Rico, who I prefer between those two, Rico and Corum, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't love. I just don't love Corum this week against the Lions, but he's been involved. It's a good offense. I mean, I don't know. Rico and Chuba are my picks. Like Rico and Chuba are my picks, but I get not wanting to have an entire backfield. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing. But yeah, I'm not playing Brees.
I think it's fine. At least you know what you're getting, whatever Carolina does in the running game, and they pass it to them too. So it's fine to go Rico and Chuba. All right. Thank you, Julio. Opportunity to shamelessly plug the top 10 defense video for the playoffs. So here we go. He is chilling on the bye. Got the bye. So week 16, Chiefs or Saints. Well, this depends because I previewed this question, looked ahead. Chiefs get the Titans, so of course, no worries there. But the Saints get the Jets, which is why they made the top 10 video. If it's still Brady Cook and he looks as bad as we think he's going to be, I think it has to be the Saints, doesn't it? Against Brady Cook.
Yeah, Brady Cook looks terrible. Yeah, but I mean, nothing wrong with nothing wrong with any defense against the Titans.
Right. But let's wait and see, right? What if Tyrod Taylor comes back? Well, then I would go Chiefs. So. BP Smooth. Flexing Devin Neal, Aaron Jones, or Jaden Reed?
I'm going to go Devin Neal.
Yeah, like Devin Neal as well. Lex Dad. He said earlier this week you said Harvey over Judkins. Now with Samson, now are we still going there? Well, we kind of had this earlier.
I know. Maybe I should just keep Harvey over Judkins. I mean, Harvey at least catches more passes. I mean, they're both great. They're both. Yeah, maybe I should. No, maybe I should just keep Harvey over Judkins.
Well, here's the thing: is like with Samson out, I don't think it means they're going to all of a sudden throw the ball to Judkins a bunch. He just doesn't do that. Like he could, but I don't know why they just don't use him that way. As a pass catcher. Like they'll dump a screen pass to him once here or there, but I don't think it raises his ceiling all that much because of Dylan Sampson. So I don't know. I prefer Harvey. Orange and blue true. BTJ is on waivers. Worth taking a shot.
Yeah, definitely worth taking a shot. Well, how many guys better than BTJ are you going to find on waivers this time of year? You don't have to start him if you don't want, but at least add him.
Right. Exactly. Don't just leave him out there. All right. Well, it's been a while, but again, we don't remember we don't know which one. We recall Turd Ferguson. One of them. Playing in a chop league needs to start 2 of the following: Cook, JT, Kyron, Chase Brown, Etienne, or Rice, because that's what happens when you get this deep in the season.
I mean, I think you got to start James Cook. Can I really put Etienne in over JT? I don't think so. I'm going Cook JT. And if JT buries me this week, he buries me. This guy has carried you all season long.
Yeah, I think you got to start Cook still. Thinking of if it's full PPR, what about Rice? Might go Rice over JT.
I mean, maybe.
I might go Cook and
Rice might be safer in full PPR. You're right, but man, I know it's like if Daniel Jones was starting this week, there'd be no question we're playing JT, right?
Well, there would be no question you're starting JT, and for the most part, there's not a question whether you're starting him. But it's at Seattle. It's not a good matchup, anyways. It's not just Phillip Rivers; it's also the matchup. I guess
I can go Rice too. Rice is fine.
Yeah, I might go Cook and Rice in this format. DJ Groovy Lou. All right. Would you start Ted McMillan or Jamar Chase?
I think Jamar Chase could be playing in a hurricane. I think Jamar Chase could be playing in a literal tornado, and I would still take Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Like if it was, I mean, I don't even know who else it could be playing in the dome that might make me consider sitting Chase. No, it's Chase. Bobby Brook, how's it going? Needs 2 and a flex. Jacobs, maybe. Javonte Dottle, Hampton, Emmanuel Wilson, Rice, Ted, JJ Sutton, Pittman. Forgot to stick Evans in the lineup. That's okay.
I'm going to go Packers running back and Javonte. I guess Rice and Tet. I'm going to flex Hampton. Yeah, it would have been nice to have Evans in there. For sure.
Yeah, well, life sometimes gets in the way.
Yes, it does.
All right, let's good luck, Bobby. Okay, and then this is a super flex question. Again, I totally recognize the face and the name has changed. This is Fox 22 XYZ. Sanders or Brissett?
Oh man. I think I just take a chance on Shador here. Cannot feel good about Brissett this week.
No, at least I don't feel great about Sanders' upside, but he's not facing the Texans. And then Genty or Tet in the flex.
I'll probably just take whatever Tech gives me here. Assuming PPR, of course.
Right. All right, there you go. What is up, Rise? Just saying good morning. How's it going, Rise?
Good morning.
All right, and then let's do Mr. Pena Bueno Tony.
All right.
Gonna guess. Waddle with, I'm trying to like chop it up into words. Waddle with Tua in the cold. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is you were talking about Waddle earlier. Like, Waddle is not the issue, but it's true. Like, Tua in cold temperatures, it's pretty cold. Switch him for Kyron.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're playing in warm temperatures, I'd probably still go Kyron over Waddle.
And there you go. The Crouton. Bo Nix or Jordan Love?
I'm going to go Bo Nix at home. Slightly better matchup against the Packers versus Jordan Love on the road against Bo Nix's Broncos. Close, though.
It's not a good spot for either quarterback, obviously, against each other, but the Broncos' pass defense is better. So let's go with the Broncos quarterback. King of the North, Goff or May?
That one's tough, too. I feel like Goff has more upside, but May might be a little safer. I'm going to go May.
I like May a little bit better as well. Starting Gibbs, Marks, Flex, Dowdle or Judkins? Going Judkins, right?
Judkins, yeah. Starting Judkins, definitely.
Starting Puka, so Jama or Olave or Metcalf?
Oh, man. I've got Jameson the highest.
All right, saying the king needs help. You know what? So we know that you are a wise ruler because you are not above asking for help. So there you go. Let's get it, King. All right, DJ Quill, 3303. Harvey, Woody, Swift, Dowdle needs 2 in full.
I'm going to go Harvey and Woody.
Yeah. Got a lot of DJs on the chat today. Interesting. The Slim Reaper. What is up? Starting first round playoff game tomorrow needs 2 flexes. Hubbard, Ladd, Rodriguez, Hunt, Jaden Reed.
I'm going to go Rodriguez and Ladd.
Yeah, I don't feel much from Jaden Reed here. Hunt is just whatever, right? Rodriguez has more upside. All right. Yeah, this doesn't save its PPR or half. That's what makes it tough. So, guys, if you have flex options with like running backs, receivers mixed in, let us know if it's full, half PPR. That's going to sometimes make the difference. All right. Rodriguez and Ladd. That's good. Wayne's got another one. Since I'm starting Myers, Slayton over the biggest bust of the year. Look, you're not wrong, BTJ. Although I don't know, and Justin Jefferson now, I think he's taking the lead.
Yeah, I mean, at least Jefferson was okay for half the year. He's been brutal down the stretch, so.
But he's actually getting worse productive-wise as the season goes on, and BTJ is at least somewhat better.
Which is like not the time you want a guy to be getting worse.
So Slayton or BTJ is the question, I think.
Oh, man. I mean, I certainly think Slayton has more upside.
Yeah.
And I also think he has a lot more risk. Wow, I'm looking at my rankings. I actually have Slayton ahead of BTJ. So, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Take a chance. Go for the upside. All right, now we got Laurie Roberge. Thoughts on the Cowboys versus the Steelers. No, they're not playing each other, but he's asking which defense. Cowboys versus the Vikings, Steelers versus the Dolphins. But it's cold. Bitter cold.
Well, I mean, I'm not really scared of the Dolphins. I'm not really scared of the Vikings either, but that Cowboys defense is great. But Steelers going to be down TJ Watt. I don't know who I play here. I mean, look, J.J. McCarthy might throw some touchdowns, but he's probably also going to get sacked and throw interceptions. I'm going to go Cowboys.
The Cowboys actually do get an okay amount of turnovers. Although, actually, did you see now? I'm not sure if this is good or bad for them. Trayvon Diggs, something about
he's out.
Relationship has been severed. This is not even injury, right? There's some deal going on there with him. He hasn't been that good, right? He signed that contract and then is like, nope. Guess you knew that was a mistake. I would say this: if your defense, as I said in the video, if your defense counts more, if your league scoring for defense counts a lot more for points against, limiting points, like potentially like 10 points and under, if that's the biggest thing, I'd go the Steelers because I don't feel like the Dolphins are going to score that many points. But if you're looking for sacks and turnovers, potentially, I think that goes in the favor of the Cowboys because the Dolphins are just going to run. They're not going to open. It's not going to be a high-scoring game, but also that means that's worse for defenses in terms of potential big game, right? Sacks and turnovers. So also Trevor Lawrence or Jared Goff.
I'm going to go Goff. I just like Trevor Lawrence, I think is fine this week, but I don't feel like he has a ton of upside.
Yeah. You're always looking for upside. Okay. By the way, Deja Entendu had dropped another setting that the comment was near his super chat. I just went back and I looked and I did not see it. That's why I didn't put it up.
Yeah, you can just drop it in the regular comments. You don't have to super chat.
Yeah,
we'll see it.
Retype it and we'll look for it. Okay, so now let's do JB. Wilson or Pollard if Jacobs is out.
I'll probably go either Wilson, Michael, or Emmanuel. Not sure which Wilson that is. Obviously, if Jacobs plays, then I just go Pollard. Assuming that's Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, assuming it's Emmanuel Wilson. If so, it's definitely Emmanuel Wilson. A lot of people. Actually, I'm surprised. Are you surprised we haven't had more Pollard questions? We've hardly had any Pollard questions. Do you think people just know?
Yeah, I think nobody has Tony Pollard. They all dropped him, and then some sucker in your league probably picked him up.
Maybe that's what it is. I think I'm thankful we don't have more Pollard questions. Benny Black, what's up, Benny? Juwan or Ferguson?
I think with CeeDee back, I go Juwan.
And then one flex if Jacobs is out. Hunt, Chuba, Emmanuel Wilson, Corum, and Burden. Well, if Jacobs is out, it's Wilson.
Yeah. I would go Wilson and Chuba.
And then Miami or Chicago defense.
I don't know. I might take a chance on Miami. Their defense has been pretty good lately.
Defense has been good. You cannot expect Pittsburgh to put too many points. Like I said, I think that's going to be one of the lowest scoring games of the week. So, not that I feel like Cleveland's going to be high scoring, but I prefer Miami. And then 2 running backs, Swift, Hampton, Wilson, Emmanuel.
Well, if Jacobs is out, I'll go Wilson, Hampton. Otherwise, Hampton, Swift.
There you go, Benny. All right, Yevon Popov in half, JJ or Diggs?
Diggs.
Kelsey or Johnson?
That one's tough. Johnson's certainly safer, but I just like I don't want. I know Kelsey could have like a down game, but he also has the potential, for those big games at home against the Chargers. I feel like the Chiefs are going to get back to basics this week. Just going to throw it to Rice and Kelsey a ton. Let Mahomes run around, do his thing. I think I'm going to take a chance on the upside of Kelsey here.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, those guys are pretty comparable. Condog, 209, 2 receivers, and a flex. Slayton, Watson, Debo, Aaron Jones. Who sits? This is painful. I think even despite the matchup, I'd still rather have Watson over Debo. I don't want to start Debo.
Yeah, I think Debo's going to sit. I don't mind Debo this week. I mean, I'm not like super high on Debo. Remember, it's the Giants. Zach Ertz is out. But I think I probably sit Debo here.
Yeah, that's true. Ertz is out, but again, that's the question is how much are they even going to willing to pass? So I don't know. If it's me, I'd rather just pass on Debo. Not getting enough involvement. Bomb Org, 1 running back, 1 flex in half. Judkins, Henderson, J-Mo, Wandale.
I'm going to go Judkins, Wandale. I think we're rationally high. I can't believe we didn't put Wandale on the booms.
Well, didn't think about it.
Should have put Wandale on the booms.
He should have been unofficial boom.
He should have been our risky boom. I mean, I like Jennings, but I think I would probably do Wandale over Jennings even.
I was like, can we switch him out? No, it's too late. Okay.
That's the thing about video. You can't go back and say I changed my mind.
No. Well, that's why we do the live shows. I mean, things change all the time. How about Tom Wynn? Who to start? 2-2 and a flex. Got Pickens, Jennings, T-Mac, Gibbs, Woody, and Hendo.
We go Pickens, Jennings at wide receiver. Woody Gibbs. I think we're starting Gibbs. Woody Gibbs at running back, and I'm going to flex Henderson.
There you go. And then Bobby now with a defense question. Chiefs or Jags?
Got to be the Jags, right?
Definitely the Jags. They get Brady Cook and the Jets. Absolutely the Jags. Number 1 defense this week.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what Brady Cook can or can't do.
Yeah. All right. And then Corey Howell dropped the super chat. Thank you, Corey. Question is JT, Kyron, Wilson, Myers, McBride, Fannin, likely 4 out of the 7. At least 1 has to be a running back, and at least 1 has to be a tight end.
All right. Well, we're gonna go JT, and Kyron, so that's pretty easy. Get one of the running backs there. Gonna go McBride, so that definitely takes care of one of the tight ends. So you only need 1 more here. I think if that's Michael Wilson, I go Michael Wilson. If it's Emmanuel Wilson and Jacobs out, I'll go Emmanuel Wilson. But if that's Emmanuel Wilson and Jacobs plays, I'd probably go Fannin.
Yeah, kind of scary. It's like, again, McBride, despite the Texans defense, you still start McBride, right?
Yes.
I mean, likely is not guaranteed to do better than McBride. He could, but I wouldn't do that. Fannin is in a great spot. In this case, let's flex Fannin. I would be a little nervous having both Michael Wilson and Trey McBride, but at least you get a floor. Look, I don't feel great about JT this week. but I think he would still do it. So let's just say JT, Wilson, McBride, Fannin. Michael Gonzalez, Harvey, Judkins, Diggs, only 2. Who sits here?
I'm sitting Diggs. Give me those.
Yeah.
Give me those workhorse running backs in good matchups.
Yeah, exactly. Diggs could have a big game, or he could not. Benny now wants to know stream McCarthy or Mariota.
Just give me Mariota against the Giants. I know McCarthy gets Cowboys, but man, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, just take what Mariota gets you. Brad Derry, 1 receiver, 1 flex, 1 running back. Judkins, Marks, Waddle, T-Mac, Wandale.
I think Wandale's got to be the wide receiver, and I'm going to go Judkins, Marks.
There you go. And then it's Jay Frost, 2 flexes, Aaron Jones, Watson, Michael Wilson, Warren, Hampton.
I'm going to go Wilson, Hampton.
Okay, then Bomb Org again, 1 receiver, Shakira, Odunze, Booty, Quentin Johnston.
I will never not start Shakira. I'm probably just going to go Shakir here. I don't love any of these guys.
Real quick here. Yeah, don't love any of them. Go Shakir. Danny Gutierrez, injury update on HN. Yeah, he's in. He's good. No issues there. And then Evo Boy 2011. Has anyone asked May versus Burrow? I don't think so.
No, but I'm going Burrow. Like, do we think Burrow is like, is he going to go out there now and just be like, oh, whatever. Who cares? I'm going Burrow.
I think Burrow will be fine. Even without T. Higgins, he'll be okay. Okay, let's get back to the super chats so we catch up. Actually, remember here is Juan Morel. All right, Juan really wants to start Terry or Olave before RJ because of the matchup. What do I do?
Well, the thing is, I talked about this on the start sit video. The Packers, yes, it seems like a bad matchup, but they have not been as good against the run lately as they were earlier in the year. Fact, let me pull it up here. Right there. I didn't have the exact number, but I think they're only like 17th toughest versus the run over the last month or something like that, or 15th. Like they're like right in the middle. They're just like kind of in the middle. They're not like a smash spot, but they're not like a stay away spot. RJ Harvey catches passes, gets goal line work, gets the run. Like I'm not worried about RJ Harvey at all, honestly.
Not worried about RJ Harvey this week. So I like Terry, but it's still iffy. Olave seems to be selling more just like a high floor play. So also, should I sit May? No.
For Joey Bosa.
I thought he was done for the year.
I don't know, but I mean, Joey Bosa doesn't scare me enough to bench anybody, to be honest.
No, I'm almost positive he's not coming back.
Like Joey Bosa is one of these guys. I feel like for as many good plays as he makes as many bad plays. Like he makes it
yeah, I think Nick Bosa. Like Nick Bosa, he was done for the year. Joey Bosa is the other Bosa.
Well,
yeah,
Joey Bosa is on the Bills now, but he's one of these guys. It's like I see like 3 or 4 highlights a week from Joey Bosa, and one's like a great play, and then one's like he watches the running back run by him for a 50-yard touchdown. It's like guys like the boomer bust defensive player. And
he's one of those guys who gets hurt every other week. Like, give me a season where he isn't hurt. Anyways, enough talk about Joey Bosa. Okay, so let's get to Esteban. With Burrow and Chase, is it crazy to start Woody Marks over Chase Brown?
I don't think it's crazy. I think I do have Chase Brown still slightly ahead of Woody Marks, but I don't think it's crazy.
No, I think it's fine if you want to go too heavy, although I don't know why you wouldn't be Want to be in on the Bengals offense, but Woody's solid this week. And then he wants to know Terry or JMO.
Terry.
Mary Jo wants to know, would you play Jacoby or Debo over RJ Harvey?
No. I have no worries about RJ Harvey.
Okay.
Definitely not. All right. And then Blockbuster with a lot of threes. Jaden Higgins, Pearsall, or Shakir?
I tell you, it's not Pearsall. I have Shakir over Higgins.
It's not Pearsall. No, not yet. It's too soon. Let's go Shakir for the floor. Mark Wassman, what's going on? Couple of questions. Ferguson, Juwan Johnson.
Wow, we've had this. I think I slightly go Juwan.
Yeah, it is a good matchup. Carolina bad against tight ends still. Then for wide receiver, Michael Wilson or Ladd?
I'll just go Michael Wilson. I don't feel good about Ladd.
Yeah. Let's do that. And then we have another one from I'm Raymond. McCarthy or Darnold?
I'll just take what Darnold gives me. Feels very low risk.
Right. Flowers or Terry?
Terry.
Vidal or C-Rod?
I'll go Chris Rodriguez against the Giants.
Yep. Mark M, by the way, props to you. Speaking of bye weeks, in 4 draft lane leagues, yeah, we hosted leagues this year. You gotta buy in all 4. Wow.
Well done. Well done.
Nice. Okay, let's get to yes, sir. It's 36.92. And it's Brissett or Tua.
Oh God, I'm honestly just gonna go Tua. Brissett. I'm just gonna go Brissett. I cannot. Dude had 127 yards and a touchdown last week, and Devon Achane didn't even play in the second half. Like, what do you get? Like,
and it's in the cold weather, so forget it.
Yeah, I cannot
go
do
Brissett. And then we got Hall, Genty, Dowdle, Hunt. I think we need 2.
Oh man, I'm gonna go Dowdle. I don't really love Genty this week, but over Brees and Hunt, I'll go Genty. Dowdle, Genty.
And then to Olave, Metcalf, Watson.
Oh, man.
Big money league, no pressure.
Olave, and I don't know. I might just take a chance on Metcalf here.
Yeah,
Watson against the Broncos cannot feel good.
Yeah. At least you feel a little better about DK after last week. They got him involved. I mean, Miami's been good on defense, but more against the run than the pass. So, yeah. Olave Metcalf. All right, good luck. Aaron Hundersmark. Who's got the highest upside, JMO or Michael Wilson?
I think Jameson.
Yeah, it's got to be JMO based on the matchup this week. So JMO it is. How I feel after putting 10 parlays on underdog. DGen 55.
Oh, look at this choice.
How do you have all of these quarterbacks? Lamar, Stafford, or Burrow? This must have been a Lamar owner who needed someone like when Lamar was hurt. So like, oh, I'll get Stafford. And then, oh, wait, Stafford's been great. And then just picked up Burrow because he was on waivers because somebody dropped him. Now this is your problem. You have too many good quarterbacks.
I don't know. Stafford to me feels like the safest with a decent ceiling. I might just go Stafford here. I mean, at home against the Lions, like it just feels like Stafford. I mean, obviously anybody can bust, but it feels like very like unlikely that Stafford busts. I might just go Stafford. How do you have all these guys?
Yeah, that's crazy. And then you avoid the potential for the weather in that game in Cincinnati. Also from DGen this week, Flowers or McLaurin?
McLaurin.
Cody, too far. Wilson questionable too. Add Pierre Strong. Are you actually starting Pierre Strong Jr.? Even his namesake, I wouldn't even start another.
Even if they said Jacobs and Wilson was out, I'm not starting Pierre Strong against the Broncos.
Right. All right, Joe Estrada. Welcome back, Joe, and thank you again, Joe. Got a couple of questions. Actually, we have a lot of questions here because after this, there's more questions. So are you ready? Joe Estrada. Got 3 teams. Here's team 1. In the semis, got Burrow, Nico, Evans, Shakir, Achane, Henry, Kincaid, flexing Jalen Warren, and then here's the bench. Any changes? No.
I think I'm going to go Singletary over Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Well, let me verify before I say that, and then I'm like, oh wait, never mind. No, I take it back. I still have Warren over Singletary.
I think I might go. I could go Singletary over Warren just because of the matchup. Nobody else though, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's team 2. Quarterfinals. Got Burrow again, CeeDee, nice. Devontae Adams, Waddle, Achane, Judkins, Juwan Johnson, flexing AJB. Jettis is on the bench. Shakir's on the bench. I don't think anybody else matters.
Nah. This team is stacked. You just roll with this stacked team and don't question it.
Yeah, this one is even better than the last. But yeah, I mean, if CeeDee was out or Adams was out, then you could have thrown Jettis in there. But no, you're good. Leave it the way it is. And then here's team 3, also in the quarters. Joe has Stafford, Jacoby, Waddle, Achane, Rico, Kincaid, Ted. Jettis is on the bench. Jalen Warren, Jalen Wright, Christian Watson.
Probably Jacoby, Waddle, Achane, Rico, Kincaid, Ted. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with this one as well. Jefferson, Ted is close. If you want to shoot for more upside, you can go Jefferson against the Cowboys, but we know the risk. We know the risk here.
Right. This team is definitely not as strong as the other 2 teams. I'll just say this. If you feel like you're an underdog in your matchup, or maybe you win against Pitts or Bijan or something like that, you could take a chance on Jettis. I actually might throw him in over Myers. I don't know why. My gut's telling me Myers is just a decent floor play and just shoot for the moon with guys like Tet and JJ. But otherwise, you could leave it alone. I think you're fine. All right. Thank you, Joe, and good luck. Robert Cano, 9874, projected to win. Which defense? Buffalo, Carolina, New England, Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm not playing Buffalo or New England. Man, these are your choices. I mean, how good can we even feel? I guess maybe Carolina. I think I go Carolina here.
Yeah, Carolina, okay. Pittsburgh. Those 2 are pretty comparable, right? Not defenses are going to do a whole lot for you, but they could limit points based on their opponent. So I'm fine with Carolina. Mark Evans. What's up, Mark? All right, in half, Corum or Rodriguez?
Rodriguez is too good of a matchup here. I know Corum's been great lately, but this is a tough spot.
Yeah, the matchup for C-Rod is way too good. But keep an eye on the injury report. Of course, he's still questionable. All right. That is actually too adorable. This is Rico USA. Bannon is out there, but we need to drop one.
Well, you can drop Flournoy now that CeeDee is back. Yeah. Just drop Flournoy and go get Fannin. Even if you're on a bye, go get Fannin. Yeah, move now before somebody else does. Go do it.
You got Strange. Yeah, Fannin definitely an upgrade over Strange. But yeah, exactly. Drop Flournoy, Pittman, Pierce, Allworthy. I mean, honestly, you could drop either Pierce or Allworthy as well. But it's a bye week. I mean, you're good. Yeah, definitely get Fannin. Absolutely. All right, let's do a couple of quick ones. Lightning round. Work our way up. Let's do Billy Mack. You like them both. Who do you like better? Actually, 2 people asked this exact same question almost at the same time. Billy Mack and Cali Gods Warriors. Judkins or Marks?
Well, I had Marks ahead of Judkins until the Samson thing. So, you know what? Screw it. Let's go Marks. I like Marks this week.
All right. Marks it is. And then Bread chasing Brian. 6 points per touchdown is Brissett or Rodgers?
Oh, man. I'll just go with Brissett. I'm not putting Aaron Rodgers in my lineups. I'm just not doing it. I'd rather lose my fantasy matchup than win with Aaron Rodgers.
Because at least you feel like you kept your dignity, right? I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I would just be sick if I put Aaron Rodgers in and he does nothing for me, and I'm like, why did I do? Like, what was I thinking?
Oh, I know. How about Justin Mamea? Hampton or Pittman?
Go Hampton. You could not feel good about Pittman with Phillip Rivers. Cannot.
All right. Super chat again. Humberto Lopez, welcome back. Standard, we need 5. Barkley, Dowell, Hampton, Jacobs, Rice, Olave, McLaurin, Wilson, Jennings, or Wandale. And this is standard.
You got to go Barkley. You got to go Jacobs if he plays. You got to go Hampton. I think you still got to play Rice. And then I would play Dowdle as my number 5. If Jacobs is out, I would probably put I'd probably go. I feel like Jennings has the most touchdown potential here, so in non-PPR. So I would play those 4 running backs and Rice, and if Jacobs sits, I would slot Jennings in.
All right, there you go, Alberto. Now it's two-headed lethal. Olave, Devonta Smith, Jacoby Myers, Watson needs 3, also standard. So who sits here?
I think in this case, I'm just going to sit Christian Watson and not chance it against the Broncos.
Yep, exactly. You're looking for touchdown upside. He still could score, but you definitely can't feel as good about him. Just living life. Pick 2, wide receiver flex, Terry, DK, Jaden Reed, or Gainwell.
Terry's got to be 1, and then I think I'll probably – we need 2 wide receivers in a flex, so we're sitting 1 here. Is that what I'm reading?
Actually, that's a good question. Is it 2 receivers in a flex, or is it pick 2, a wide receiver in a flex?
All right, well, I'll just say Terry would be my 1, DK would be my 2. I don't know, Reed or Gainwell. Dolphins not even a good running back matchup anymore.
No, not really.
But he could at least score. He catches some passes. I'd probably go Gainwell over Reed. Terry, DK, Gainwell, Reed would be my rank, my order. So if you need 3, there you go. If you only need 2, just go Terry, DK.
All right, then Oliver Stanford, pick 2, Bannon, Likely, or Harvey?
Fannin and Harvey.
Yeah. Good options, but let's do that. Carl picking 47-24. Picked up Purdy, Pinheiro, and the Niners defense, plus 5 CMC and Pearsall. Tell me you're a Niners fan without telling me you're a Niners fan. I'm feeling cocky. Play all 4 against the Titans.
I have no problem. Pinheiro, I don't even know. Whatever. Play Pinheiro. I don't care. 49ers defense should be good. Purdy should be great. I would play Purdy over Knicks. Obviously, you don't have to be cocky to play CMC. You just have to actually know what you're doing to play CMC. Like, only people who are anybody in the fantasy playoffs knows they're playing CMC, because anybody that has CMC has not started them probably missed their fantasy playoffs.
Right. Like, this is totally fine. Nothing wrong with any of those picks. Although, I'll just say real quick, interesting, feeling cocky. You got that logo out there. Real interesting. No shame in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Brother Charles Johnson, 12-team PPR, Lamar or Dart at QB.
Got to go Lamar.
And then Tyler Warren or Fannin.
You know what? I know I think we were probably still saying Tyler Warren over Fannin. Or maybe we weren't. I'll just go Fannin here. Let's go Fannin.
I mean, there's far less risk. So, Dowdle or Monungai.
Dowdle.
Go Dowdle. In another league, Warren, Stranger, Theo Johnson.
Here I'll go Warren.
Right. So here you can just say, okay, Warren. So you know what? Split the difference. That makes it easier to say, okay, Fannin than the first one. All right. ASAP Wolf. What's up? Needs 2. Harvey, Kyron, Rico, Aaron Jones.
I think you got to play the first 2. Harvey and Kyron.
Harvey and Kyron it is. All right. And then the next one is Master Chief's left nut. All right. I did not see that coming. We'll just call you Master Chief. Lamar Burrow. Here we go.
Oh, I really want to say Lamar, but probably should just play it a little safer with Burrow. Burrow should be fine. Burrow should be great.
Yeah. And then Kelsey or Likely.
I'm going to take a chance on Likely here against the Bengals.
Yep. It's me, Fidel. Thinking about benching Bowers for Fannin or Theo.
I can't do it. Like if Fannin's better, but I like this is where we're at. You wasted a second round pick on a tight end and now you're not even going to start him.
Yeah, we didn't advocate too hard for drafting Bowers where he was going, but still. He should be fine still with Pickett's, not a downgrade. Fannin is a great option, trust me, but you can't bench Bowers. You could possibly flex Fannin. I don't know. It's possible. Bobby, heard that Emmanuel Wilson's questionable. Yes, we did. So he's like, do I just play Rico or Hampton? Let's wait to see how it plays out.
Like it's an illness. Like these guys are usually fine playing through illnesses.
And for all we know, it could still be Jacobs at the end of the day who starts. We just don't know
right.
yet.
Exactly.
Josh Hale. Juwan Johnson or Dalton Kincaid?
Johnson.
Slayton or Higgins?
Slayton.
Jiffy Lube. 2 receivers in the flex. Pickens, Jennings, Terry, Olave, Marks.
Pickens and Marks.
Pickens for sure. Wait, we need 2 receivers in the flex. Pickens.
Oh, I thought
Jennings?
It was wide receiver and flex. Okay, I'm going to go Pickens, Terry, Marks. Pickens, Terry, Marks.
All right. Terry, Jennings. Well, actually, they're all pretty close, aren't they? Like Olave, more of a floor option. Terry, like a ceiling option. Jennings, I feel like is like kind of in between. Yeah, I'm fine flexing Marks here. Pickens is the for sure. I'll just say this. If you feel like you need more upside, it's Terry. If you want to play it a little safer, it's Jennings. Jennings has been a pretty solid floor play. Scott, IMFG. Who to start, Warren or Likely?
Oh. I think I still got to go Warren here, although I could see Likely outscoring him, but I think I still got to go Warren.
Yeah, we got a few of these also around the same area, Likely or Warren. Like, there's no guarantee Likely goes off. We know the matchup, but it could be Andrews, it could be Charlie Kohler. Like, you know,
right?
Warren will get target. You know,
how tilting is it going to be when Charlie Kohler has 2 touchdowns this week?
It wouldn't shock me. Kyron or McConkey at the flex? Go Kyron.
Kyron.
Paulo Media. Brissett or Mariota?
Mariota, good matchup for Mariota. Brissett against the Texans. We cannot feel good here.
And then flex Chuba Hunt or Mondre.
I do kind of like, if we were doing like a sneaky starts, I might have put Ramondre on there, but I'm going to go Chuba.
Yeah, I really don't want to start or trust Mondre. I barely trust Henderson. So let's go for upside with Chuba. And real quick, thank you from Shark is, how would you say that? Sharky is Hano.
Yeah.
Well, the point is, it's Stanley. How about that? Makes it easier. What's up, Stanley?
Right.
Let's get Fantasy A Game to 100K. Been watching for 4 years now. Love the videos. My friends wonder how I know so much about fantasy. Don't tell your league. Tell your friends who aren't competing against you in your league, like if they're your direct competitors, but everybody else, you can tell them. All right. Thank you, Stanley. Now at least I know who can put name to handle. Ginrail, Hampton or Vidal, which Charger gets the hot hand?
I gotta prefer Hampton here.
Yeah, it's still probably gonna be Hampton. Juan Morel, Terry over AJB.
I don't think I can do this. I'm going AJB. He's been so good. It's like, it's kind of annoying when a guy does this, right? Like, there's a bust all year. You're eliminated from the playoffs, and then he starts going off. But it happens.
Yeah, I'm still sticking AJB in there. And then we have White Boy FGC. Should I stash Shuck or Purdy for week 17?
I am not stashing Tyler Shuck. Let's go Purdy.
You can go Purdy. He says Mahomes owner. Why not start Purdy, right? You only have Purdy over Mahomes this week.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he doesn't play this week. If he's thinking about stashing,
he's on bye this week. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's stashing for week 17, he's a little presumptuous here, but also means he's probably not playing this week.
Yeah. The Chiefs have a good schedule. Week 17, though, they get the Broncos. So, yeah, just go Purdy. I mean, it's fine. Get Purdy. All right. Only because you asked nicely. That's not true. You got the membership. Ginrail, it's a kicker question. Steady Eddie or Evan McPherson?
I don't even know. Is he Bengals still?
Still Bengals.
49ers kicker.
How can you not go with the guy whose nickname is Steady Eddie against the Titans? I mean, we're firing up all the Niners, right? Dodger Beast, what's up? Chiefs or Bears?
I think you got to go Chiefs. Justin Herbert banged up. They're at home.
Yeah. Flex Rico or Tracy?
Ooh. I have Rico slightly higher. I do like Tracy this week, though, but I still have Rico slightly higher.
Yeah, so could be wrong, could change, but I got a feeling that Rico gets more touches slightly than Chuba, but also I feel like Singletary gets more touches than Tracy, so I'm going to go Rico. I think he just has more upside anyways. And then Dart or Stafford? It's easily Stafford, right?
Stafford, yeah.
All right, we got Keenan. If Jacobs doesn't play, McLaurin or Wilson? Emmanuel Wilson.
I mean, it is a tough spot for Emmanuel Wilson, but man, he's going to get so many touches. He's going to have chances to score. He's going to catch passes. I'd probably still go Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, I think so. Just guaranteed touches. Again, Terry does have a great matchup. He should do well, but there's no guarantee he does well. But also, the other thing is there's no guarantee there's a lot of scoring in that game. Like, I think it might be controlled on the ground. We'll see. Pedro Cuevas. Dak, Purdy, or Darnold?
Purdy. Well, actually, do I have him? Yeah, I'd probably go Purdy. It's just too good of a spot for Purdy.
Yeah. Ginrail again. Which tight end? Strange, Likely, Loveland, or Waller?
Got to take a chance on Likely against the Bengals. See what happens.
With this group, yeah. Definitely Likely. And All right. Well, we're almost caught up. Let's do a couple of the non-regular super chats. Let's do Jessica Suzuki. Flex, Aaron Jones, Genty, Hall, or possibly Emmanuel Wilson.
Well, if Jacob's out, Emmanuel Wilson will be my number one. Otherwise, I probably just go Aaron Jones.
All right. And then self-help cheese guru, Sanjay Gouda. Hampton, Rico, or Chris Rodriguez?
Hampton.
All right. And Rusty's in the house. Oh, need to flex. Rice, Judkins, Sutton, Hampton.
Only one of these guys? If it's PPR, it's Rice. I mean, I might even just do Rice no matter what. How is Rice a flex option? What the heck?
Yeah, I definitely was nervous about him last week. Not nearly as nervous this week. It's not a great spot, but he's back to being pretty much set and forget. All right, Danny Gutierrez, which defense, Niners or Eagles? Niners against the Titans. I think that's too good to ignore.
No, but don't the Eagles get the Raiders at home? Kenny Pickett?
Well, here's the thing with Kenny Pickett. He's different from Geno Smith. Geno will air it out, right? Geno will make bad decisions. I feel like Kenny Pickett is one of those quarterbacks who is so boring that he won't turn it over because he will just dump it off and he will just, floor it and he'll just you know what I mean? It's not a great upside for him or the offense, but I don't know if it's enough upside for the defense. I don't know if he's going to throw the pick sixes.
I mean, maybe he won't throw a pick six, but I don't know. I would have a hard time not playing the Eagles if it's me.
I mean, they're both good. So I'll say what I always say. Look at your league scoring. If limiting points is more important, I go Niners. If you're looking for the turnovers, I think probably still Niners. Sacks, okay, I go Eagles if your sacks are more of a priority. So it really depends on your settings. Justin Gilbert, welcome back. Okay, so if no Jacobs, just roll with Wilson or trust C-Rod.
I think you got to go. I think you got to go Wilson if Jacobs is out. Way more guaranteed touches.
Right. Okay, and then we have Bulls fan Rich Miyagi. May or Knicks?
May.
JT Bijan, Jacobs, Wilson, Algier, AJB, DK, Sutton, Evans. It was on the bench. Debo, Judy. This is standard. So, and it says 2 flexes.
There's no way we would have benched Evans for DK or Sutton or Debo or Judy. Oh, man. I hope you already started Bijan. Gonna assume you did not bench Bijan. I'm gonna go JT as my RB2. Oh, man, I really am sad we don't have Evans in there. I'm going to go AJB, and I don't know, I guess. I mean, Sutton, I feel like always has a chance to score, even in tough matchups. I'll go AJB Sutton. Just devastated by Evans. 2 flexes. I think Jacobs has to be I think either Packers running back has to be a flex. And then I guess I'll flex DK. We need 2. The fact that there's 2 flexes in Evans. Oh, Rich. Oh, Rich. JT Bijan, Packers running back, AJB, DK, Sutton, McBride, May at QB. You still have a good team, at least. At least you still have a good team, but oh man.
Yeah. All right. Next is it's the Nemesis. Flexing Kincaid or Henderson?
Is that who was the Henderson? The Daryl Henderson? What was his name? Rams running back? Before Kyron?
Yeah. Daryl Henderson.
If it's him, I might go Kincaid. But if it's Travion Henderson, which is the only other Henderson I can think of, I'm going to go Travion Henderson.
You're saying because you guarantee Daryl Henderson gets 0 points. Yeah.
It's pretty. I'm pretty much saying I'm not starting Kincaid this week. That's what I'm really saying.
Okay, we have a first. This is Mugshot Baby. Not seen that before. And you know what? Props for having an appropriate avatar for your name.
Yes.
Half PPR, 2 running backs, Hall, Hampton, Neal, Hubbard, Monungai.
I'm going Hampton and Neal.
All right. Mugshot baby. What did the baby do? That's not the question. Brother Charles Johnson, appreciate you. Thank you as always for being on here. All right. We're almost to that time, but we got a few more questions here. Let's do Michael McDonald. Allen in snow, maybe, or Dart versus Washington.
We doing this again? Weren't people worried about Josh Allen in the snow last week too? And he ran for like a 40-yard touchdown. Yeah.
I think it's Josh Allen.
Not benching Josh. Okay. There's one fair question. And that's Josh Allen versus the Texans. That's a fair question. There are no other fair questions. The answer is always Josh Allen. The only time it's not is if he's playing the Texans, which he doesn't have to play the Texans anymore, at least not in the regular season. Maybe in the playoffs, but fantasy will be over by then.
All right. So the answer is still Josh Allen. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yes.
It's almost always Josh Allen. All right. How about SM chat, Ferguson or Gesicki because Higgins is out?
I mean, I do like Gesicki this week. I picked him up in one of my draft lane leagues where I did have T. Higgins. I put T. Higgins at IR and I picked him up. But it's also a best ball league where I don't have to decide if I'm playing him or not. I think
Gesicki,
I'm still going.
Interesting, but certainly not safe. So I think Ferguson.
Yeah, I think I'm still going Ferguson here.
All right, Anthony on the bye, but playing for points. I'm not sure how that works.
Why have points if you're on a bye? Okay, whatever.
If Ferguson doesn't play, but it sounds like he is playing, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he's not, I would go Mike Gesicki, obviously if he's out, but it sounds like he's playing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that works.
It's like, well, you don't have to play this week, but you still need to rack up points.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, and it shouldn't affect your seeding or like who you play. Like, do they reseed based on points? That would be really weird and unnecessary.
Yeah, and that's kind of annoying because one of the benefits of the bye is like you can take chances, right? Because like you can be like, well, I'll just stash this random guy, or like if you have players on IR that aren't on IR anymore, you don't have to drop them.
Yeah, that's the benefit or the point of the bye is you don't have to worry about anything that week. Like, you're good. Okay, Bob wants to rank these players in terms of who to drop. Algier, although he has Bijan, K9 Dowdle, Dunze, Buka, Mayfield if you got Purdy.
I like how he says Igbuka. I have Evans. Like, is Igbuka the Evans handcuff? You got Purdy. I would just drop Baker. Although I will say, for as much as I just railed on Baker, he was closer, at least for fantasy, to the Baker we saw earlier this year with Evans healthy. I think maybe the big thing Baker missed was Mike Evans, just not having that big target. Like on that one play where he's like, Evans has one-on-one, I'm just going to chuck it and let Evans do his thing. But I mean, with Purdy, I just drop Baker.
Yeah, Baker still wasn't great though. I mean, obviously they lost. That was, I think, more in the defense. Obviously, getting like Kirk Cousins have a like career game somehow. And Baker, I'm trying to look, 19 of 34. It's not great.
He had like in your typical leagues where there's no bonuses, you don't lose points for sacks, where you lose 2 points for interception. I think he had 17 or 18 points, which is like fine.
Yeah, and for fantasy, he was fine. Like, he was solid. Yeah. But at this point, again, like, are you really wanting to start Mayfield over Purdy, who has a smash spot this week? Let me see. I just had it up. Okay, and then next week they have the Colts. seems like a pretty good matchup now. They get the Bears. Like, why not just roll with Purdy? So that's probably who I would draw first.
Okay.
And then
I blame you. You.
For what?
Guess who was just added to the injury report with a back injury?
It's not. I have no influence on it. Is it CMC?
You know who it is. You know.
Is it CMC?
Yes.
But isn't it just an illness or something?
No, he just was added to the injury report with a back injury.
You know what? It's probably just like, it's the Titans. Do we really need? I saw something random. Like, is it random? Why out of nowhere were they asking Kyle Shanahan about the third string running back Jordan James? And he was like, "Oh, he's done such a good job. He'll be great." Whatever. Like, why are we talking about the third string running back? No, this is planned. This is planned. It's like a rest week for CMC. That's what it's going to be. Not my fault. I have zero influence. And trust me, if I could jinx somebody and have somebody get on the injured list, trust me, it would not be CMC. There are plenty of other players I could put on there first. So what is he? Questionable?
Questionable with a back injury.
And when did he get this?
He was full practice yesterday.
Yeah,
so I mean,
exactly.
He somehow hurt his back today.
Yeah, that's very sus.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
it
goes without saying, because we've said it for about 10 weeks now. If you have Christian McCaffrey, you should already have Brian Robinson. If you don't, go get Brian Robinson. Yeah, this just happened, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, get ready.
If Christian McCaffrey gets hurt right at the start of the fantasy play, you might never see me again.
Just rage quit. Rage quit life. I just want to rage quit life. It's like, what's that guy, that meme with the guy who's like, peace, and he just disappears?
That's me. Peace. This is terrible. Come on. You got to be kidding me.
All right. Well, I apologize in advance. What did I even say? What did I say?
You said I don't remember, but I even said before you said it, I said, don't do it. Don't do it. I said, don't you dare do this. And you did it anyways. You went ahead with it.
All right. Well, he is questionable. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I still refuse to take responsibility because I do not have that much power over the universe. I know that for a fact.
You might.
All right,
you might have more power than you realized.
Maybe. Well, if that's the case, I got some things to do. All right. Deja Entendu. Here is the super chat from earlier, from like 2 hours ago. 2 receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a flex. JSN, Chase, Terry, Wilson, Jamo, Etienne, Chase Brown, Javonte, Ferger, Fannin. 2-2, a tight end, and a flex.
JSN, Chase. Come on. We're starting JSN Chase. I'm going to go Etienne, Chase, Brown. Flex is a little tough here. I think I still have Javonte the highest. Javonte at flex, Fannin at tight end.
All right, there you go. And Dro loves to hate still. This is non-PPR. Got CeeDee, Dak, or Purdy. I don't think having CeeDee makes me want to pick Dak.
No, I'm still going Purdy.
And then needs one receiver, Olave, Ted, Waddle.
Olave.
And then needs a defense. Well, guessing you're not a Cowboys fan. The Cowgirls, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Panthers, or the Steelers.
No, probably the Panthers.
That one's tough. You got these teams against each other. Saints, Panthers, Dolphins, Steelers. I don't think now with Watt out, I don't think you can put the Steelers. No, they have a ton of injuries as well. So not the Steelers. I still don't want to start the Cowboys defense. I don't care who they're playing. So And the Dolphins, maybe it's a road game in the cold. I might go Saints. It's either the Saints or the Panthers. That game, yeah, the Saints are at home. I think I'm going to go Saints. But even though Dro loves to hate, he loves the show. Thank you for helping out and happy holidays. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's do Josue Santos, round 2. Also has been victimized by Pitts. Here's the score. It looks like it's really close, though. So, Purdy or Lamar?
Lamar. I like Lamar.
Olave or Ted?
Olave.
Fannin or Likely?
I'm still going to go Fannin here.
Yeah, and then flexing Neal, Hendo, or one of those other receivers, maybe.
No, I think I just go Henderson.
All right, there you go. Good luck. Isaiah Trujillo. Drop the super chat. Look for your question. Ernesto, don't worry. We're not going to probably do any more drafting questions online now because we're almost done, but we'll get to them like as soon as we're off here. We'll do the other drafting questions. So quick reminder, if you haven't tried it yet, try DraftLane, free download. And also you can ask your questions anytime. If something happens, towards the end of the stream, you don't get to ask about it. Like, I don't know, the number 1 running back in fantasy suddenly getting an injury on a Saturday.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
Then yeah, I swear this is like, it's like what do they call it? Like, like the Kawhi Leonard special where he's like load management, like, oh, he has an injury to his toenail. Like, I don't buy it. He'll be back next week.
So we need him this week.
I don't see your question, Isaiah. We'll look for it. What's up, Anthony? Points don't affect your seeding in future matchups. Points count through week 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I remember you were saying like they're rewards. Okay. All right. Bob says B-Rob is available. Okay. Drop Purdy, drop K9. I can drop K9.
Yeah, you have to.
Drop whoever.
I mean, okay. They haven't ruled CMC out or anything, but this is not good.
Well, that's true. But you don't want to leave him for somebody else if he does get ruled out.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know about this. Again, he's not out yet. So even if he is out, Brian Keenanock, Brian Robinson, McLaurin, or Jennings, I would say this. I mean, Brian Robinson is certainly a good consideration, but you got to figure this also helps out the pass game. Guys like Jennings, we already felt good about him anyways. If this is PPR, full PPR, I might stick with Jennings here. But let's wait because, again, CMC is just questionable. Doesn't mean he's out. All right, we got Jason Take 8830. Thank you for the super sticker. And okay, I see your question. Needs to sit. Lamb? No. Adams? No. Iron, Marks, JMO, Nico. With that group, it's full PPR. I think it's got to be JMO. I mean, you can't sit Lamb or Adams. Maybe Kyron. I don't know. You got to start Nico. I know you like Marks even better than Kyron. Who you sitting here? Just one. I'm thinking it's JMO, but I guess you
could. I have JMO the lowest, but they're all ranked very high.
Yeah. All right. And then Javier is like, yeah, I'm also out. He's hurt. We'll see. Danny D. Who do I start at the flex? Rico, Tracy, or Jacoby?
I assume it's full PPR. I still go Jacoby.
And then in the second league, too, Hampton, Warren, Dowdle, or Henderson.
I'll go Hampton and Henderson.
All right. And then let's do Mike Callahan. Been on the stream for a long while here. Always in here. What's up, Mike? Pick 2, Javonte, Hendo, Rico, Woody, Wilson. I don't know. These are all running backs, so I don't know if that's Emmanuel Wilson. Obviously, if so, he's only startable if Jacobs is out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Javonte and Woody. Even if Jacobs is out, I think I just like Javonte and Woody enough to not play him.
True. What's up, Cerulean Dog? Swift, Monungai, or Singletary?
I'm gonna go Swift.
There you go. So thank you. This is what we preach, Bob. Even if you don't have CMC personally, you can still pick up B-Rob so the CMC owner doesn't get him. So somebody else doesn't get him. So the guy against you doesn't get him. So that's it. Is K9 helping you this week? Like, were you going to start him? No. Do you really want K9 in your lineup for the playoffs? No. Get B-Rob. And guys, if you have Jacobs, even if you don't, get Emmanuel Wilson. This is why we stash. Yeah, and again, let's wait. Let's wait till tomorrow. I don't want to start answering a bunch of B-Rob questions already because he might not even play.
Right.
Then we have Tram 2, 5, 9, 8, 7. First, thanks for getting me to start Evans on Thursday. Good. So here we go. If CMC is out, we start B-Rob over Neal. If CMC is out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have to. If CMC is out, you have to.
Fannin is currently the flex. Well, I don't know. Would you flex Neal over Fannin?
Probably.
Fannin is definitely got some upside this week. But I don't know, Neal definitely safer. So, okay. Yeah, see, I was right. I do said, CMC did have an illness earlier this week. Yes,
right. He had an illness. But this is, look, I hope more than anything, like if there's anything I could have happen this year in fantasy, it's that CMC dominates and stays healthy. Because I was talking up CMC almost from day one. Like from the first draft we did on Best Ball, I said, people are insane letting me draft Christian McCaffrey in round 2 of fantasy leagues. And people said I was insane for saying that because he's always hurt. So if I could pick anything to happen this year, it's that CMC is healthy and dominates all year. This is different. He practiced fully yesterday. He was not on the injury report. Now they just added him today with a back injury, not illness. This is not good. This is horrible.
Dominant up until week 15. But let's see. Right, and then let's see if we have another one. We're caught up. We are caught up, and we're at 3 hours. All right, let's call it for today, guys. Don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the latest update on the number 1 running back in all of fantasy and see if he actually plays or not. And then all the other players, still plenty that we don't know. Let's get it right. Because it's week 15. It's your playoffs. All right, guys. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Anybody who's on here new, don't forget, check if you have. Maybe you thought you did, you didn't. Subscribe and turn notifications on. You know when we start to go live, when the videos come out, and check out all the videos for this week. All right, get those wins, but we'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning.